A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is name. N-A-M-E.
Really? You bet your life.
Elgin American, creator of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, magic action lighters, finest dresser sets, presents Groucho Marx in the Elgin American show, You Bet Your Life. The comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
What a ridiculous name. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples. George Fenneman, who's the place to try for?
A pair of newlyweds, Groucho, selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they come now, Mr. and Mrs. Howard Scala.
Welcome, youngsters, for Elgin American Compacts. And a Happy New Year. And if you say the secret word, you win a 16mm Apollo Sound movie projector that sells for $129.50. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Newlyweds, eh? Well, you're the tallest newlyweds I ever saw. Howard Scala. Scala, is that the way you pronounce it?
That's right.
What kind of name is that?
That's German name.
What did he win?
I'll tell you, Groucho.
Huh? Well, I wish you would, huh?
All right. They won an Apollo 16mm projector.
Which sells?
For $129.50.
That's right.
Hollywood movies or movies they take themselves.
Well, now let's see when I got wiped out by that thing. You're the groom, I presume, huh?
Right.
How long have you been married?
1 week.
That's 2 weeks between you, huh? Well, Arlene, where are you from, Arlene?
I'm from California.
You're a very beautiful girl, you know that?
Thank you.
Did you know that, too?
I certainly did.
How tall are you?
I'm exactly 6 feet in my stocking feet.
And how tall are you in your bare feet?
The same.
You wear very thin stockings, eh? How tall are you, Boxcar?
6'6.5".
6'6.5", huh? Now, how's the weather up there?
Well, not quite as smoggy as it is down there.
Reminds me of Bob Sherwood, the playwright. He's an old friend of mine, and he's 6'5" and very thin. I said to him one day, I says, Bob, what do you say to people when they ask you how the weather is up there? He says, I spit in their eye and tell them it's raining. How much do you weigh, Howard?
Oh, about 305 pounds.
Arlene, how did you meet this mighty Joe Young?
I met him in the California Tip Toppers.
What's the Tip Toppers?
Well, it's a club for tall people where the girls have to measure at least 6 feet.
Well, whose feet do they measure?
No, the girls have to be at least 6 feet tall, and fellas at least be 6'4".
You were both at the Tip Toppers Club? How did you meet them?
We were washing dishes at a Tip Topper party.
I suppose if you'd had an electric dishwasher there, you'd never met, huh? Shows you how these modern inventions are ruining everything. Where did you go on your honeymoon, Arlene? Mount McKinley?
No. Phoenix, Arizona.
What do you do for a living, Howard?
I play left tackle for the Green Bay Packers professional football team.
Imagine tackling this when it's running down the field. I'd rather stop in front of the Super Chief. Are you as tall now as when you were single? That's odd, really, because after they get married, lots of men find themselves very short. Well, in spite of the fact that you two giants make me feel pretty low, we're happy to have you here. Now, Fenneman, you have some perfect gifts, I presume, for these people.
I'm sure Mrs. Scala will enjoy this lovely sterling silver compact with 14-karat gold engraving. An Elgin American, of course. And for Howard, Elgin American's hand-engraved sterling silver cigarette case that holds 20 regular or 16 king-size cigarettes.
Thank you. It's very nice.
Arlene, where did you work before you were married?
I still do. I work at the Carnation Milk Company accounting.
Oh, I see. You had nothing to do with the cows.
No, I don't milk them, thank goodness.
That would be a pretty high cow for you to milk. Arlene, I've never kissed a real tall girl. Would you mind if I kissed you?
Not at all, if Howard didn't mind.
How about it, big boy?
Well, it'd have to be over my dead body.
Well, if that's the way you want it. Fenneman, get the gun, huh? Suppose I kissed her and you didn't know anything about it.
Oh, I'd know about it.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to trap you. Howard, I'll bet you $1. I can kiss your wife and you won't know a thing about it. Bet?
Okay, it's a bet.
Would you mind moving aside there? Just a moment. Well, you saw me kiss her, didn't you?
That's right.
I lose. Here's your $1, huh? Well, I've kidded you, too, about your height, but I'm sure you're tall enough to overlook everything. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together as a team for $1,000. But right now, I want you to pay attention to this.
There isn't a ticket for South Pacific. Kiss Me Kate either.
Cheer up. You can get compacts by the same name. Yes, Elgin American announces 2 new hit show compacts, South Pacific and Kiss Me Kate. South Pacific with a pearl-studded sky comes in a black satin case for $7.50. $10 with a jewel-mounted lipstick case. The Kiss Me Kate compact, at just $5.95, is attractively decorated with a pair of red lips and a whip to tame that shrew. There's a radio hit show compact, too, Queen for a Day, with a royalty design in jeweler's bronze, also $5.95. Be the first to carry and give these new hit show compacts. Buy them tomorrow. The smart new South Pacific, Queen for a Day, and Kiss Me Kate compacts by Elgin American.
All right, let's see if you two will get a chance at the $1,000 question. You're going to play You Bet Your Life. Fenneman, bring them up to date on the rules.
All right, each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected songs with baby in the title as your category. Is that right?
That's right.
All right, now here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to bet?
$5.
Jerry Fielding will supply the music. You give me the title. Play, Jerry. Yes, that's my baby's right.
And we're off to a great start with $25, Groucho.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $25 will you try?
10.
10.
What is the name of this song?
Melancholy Baby.
Melancholy Baby's on the nose.
The timing now he has $35.
All right, you got $35. Here's your third question. How much of the $35 you're going to try?
20.
$20. Give me the title of this baby song. Okay, Jerry. Baby face is right.
They're really on their way now. They have $55.
All right, you're climbing up. You got $55. How much of the $55 you going to try?
30.
$30. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. You're going to bet $30. What is the title of this song? Pretty Baby is right.
And they wind up with $85.
Thanks and Happy New Year from Elgin American Compacts. Now stick around. You may still get a chance at the big question.
Well, Groucho, the secret word is still name. Perhaps our next couple will say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a car hop and a married man, and here they come. This is Evelyn Fredrickson and Mr. Larry Stearns. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life.
Hello.
Hello, how are
If
you?
one of you says the secret word, he wins a 16-millimeter Apollo sound movie projector. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Evelyn Fredrickson, is that right?
That's right.
You're the car hop, huh?
Yes, I am.
I knew it. My headlights started flashing the minute you walked in. Where are you from, Miss Fredrickson?
I'm from Shannon's on Pico and Sepulveda. Shannon's Drive-In.
How are the hamburgers?
They're terrific.
Well, if they're anything like the Cohouse. Mr. Stearns? Larry Stearns?
Larry Stearns.
You're the husband?
Yes, I am, sir.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been married to Evelyn?
Oh, that isn't my wife.
Well, don't come and run into me with your troubles. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any kids?
3 and I think 4 soon.
When were you home last? Huh? How did you meet your wife?
Well, I decided I'd take some photography at night school. Thought I'd learn something, maybe. And,
well, don't be too despondent.
And I used to go to photography with a friend of mine. Used to fool around in the darkroom. He'd sock me, and I'd sock him, and, well...
How did you know who you were hitting in the dark?
Well, I did, and I hit my wife that time, or she wasn't my wife then. And that's where the trouble began.
You hit your wife, and now you've got 4 kids, huh?
Not quite 4 yet.
It's a very sad story, all Evelyn, what is a car hop?
A car hop is a car waitress.
You wait for cars, is that it? Well, why do they call you car hops? Was your mother frightened by a kangaroo?
No, it's because we hop from car to car.
Well, why do drive-in restaurants specialize in hiring beautiful girls?
Because it draws more business.
Nice-looking car hops mean that more business?
Right, much more business.
Well, if you mean business, I'll change my tactics. Is it true that many girls become car hops in order to be noticed by movie producers?
Yes, I believe that is true.
Offhand, I'll bet there are more movie producers trying to get noticed by car hops. Larry, what sort of work do you do?
Well, I was teaching people how to drive.
How long did it last, Larry?
Week and a half.
How'd you lose your job?
Well, I was teaching someone how to drive, and I got a ticket for giving the wrong signal.
My hunch is you've done a lot of teaching around this town. Anything unusual happen around your place?
You mean beside the kids?
Oh, you must have had an eventful life. What's your most unusual story, Larry?
Well, I had a lot of jobs. I never seemed to keep any of them too long.
Well, if you keep putting out the wrong hand, I can understand why.
The most unusual thing, I was selling vacuum cleaners for a little while. And I sort of developed a system. I thought it was pretty smart. I'd leave the machine out in the car, the new machine, and go in and demonstrate with their old one, because if you walk up to the house with a machine, they throw you out. And that's when I lost my job, because I was in the house demonstrating without a cleaner, and her husband came home, and
Was he amused by this, or?
I didn't give him much chance to say or be amused at all. I thought I'd better leave.
Was the motor running on your car? Well, we enjoyed having you here tonight. Now we have some ideal gifts for each of you. George, proceed with the honors.
For Miss Fredrickson, pearls. Elgin American's beautiful simulated pearls. They're the finest pearls made by man. I'm sure you'll enjoy them.
Thank you very much.
And for Mr. Stearns, Elgin American's long, slim cigarette case in jeweler's bronze that looks like gold.
That's swell.
Now let's play You Bet Your Life for $1,000. You run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the big question later. Now, Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The Timber Topper Newlyweds won $85.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected dice expressions as your category. Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to risk?
She says 12.
$12. All right. Snake Eyes is a throw of what number?
2. 2.
2 is right.
And they're on their way with $32.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $32 you going to try?
25.
Okay. Big Dick is a throw of what number?
10.
10 is correct.
And now they have $57.
Now you have $57. Now, here's your third question. How much you going to bet?
I'd like to bet it all.
Bet it all.
You want to bet it all. Okay. Boxcars is a throw of what number?
Oh, that's 12.
12 is correct.
They're really climbing now. They have $114.
All right, you're shooting away up. You got $114, and how much you going to go for?
You want to shoot it all?
Let's shoot it off, Joe.
Shoot it all right. It's no more dangerous than going in a house without a vacuum cleaner. Here it is. $114. Little Phoebe is a throw of what number?
5.
5 is correct.
And they wind up with a grand total of $228.
Put it there, kid. Thanks to both of you, and a Happy New Year from Elgin American Compacts. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life, and then we know who gets the $1,000 question. But right now, listen to this.
Listen. Those are waves of the Mediterranean caressing the shores of romantic Mallorca, where Elgin American found the simulated pearls of all time. Pearls flawless in quality, glowing with luster, perfectly matched. And now they're Elgin American pearls, exquisitely styled in ropes, chokers, earrings, bracelets, too, distinctively clasped, superbly packaged in gift and jewel boxes. And these pearls supreme cost only $2 to $20 plus tax. They're sensational values. Buy them tomorrow for the elegance that only pearls of such rich quality can add to every costume you wear. And buy them for impressive gifts, to thank a hostess, for birthdays, anniversaries, every gift occasion. They're the simulated pearl beauties and values of all time. Elgin American Pearls.
Okay, now we'll soon know who's going to earn the most money and get the $1,000 question. George, who's ahead so far?
Well, the car hop and the married man are ahead with $228, and the secret word is still name. We invited some college football players to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Jess Swope. His partner is a Hollywood chiropractor, Dr. Mar Elia. And here they come. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for Elgin American Compact. And a Happy New Year. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins a 16-millimeter Apollo sound movie projector. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Jess, you're the football player, huh?
Yes, sir.
We have a surplus of football. We have a boy here from the Green Bay Packers. How tall are you, Jess?
6'3", sir.
Well, you're only a baby, huh? How old are you, Jess?
22 years old, sir.
Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Are you married?
No, sir. I guess I'm lucky.
Why aren't you married, Jess?
I just haven't got much time for girls.
How much time do you need? What school do you attend?
University of Southern California, sir.
And you play football for USC?
Yes, sir.
What position do you play, horizontal or perpendicular?
I play left offensive guard.
Offensive guard?
Yes, sir.
Have you tried to dab a perfume behind each Tell me, what do you want to be after college? Do you want to play professional football?
No, sir. I'm hoping to go to the Olympics in 1952.
Well, I think you're smart and stay where the money is. Stay in college football. And you're Dr. Sheikh Mar Elia?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
That's right.
What kind of a name is that?
That's an Iranian or Persian name.
Oh. Well, here we go again. You said name, and that's the secret word tonight. George, tell him what he wins.
You win an Apollo 16-millimeter sound movie projector. With it, you can show movies you take yourself for Hollywood sound movies. Retail value, $129.50.
Thank you.
Are you married, Doc?
Yes, sir, I am.
How did you meet your wife?
I met my wife here in Hollywood while I was a professional man. I was invited to have a Persian meal at her home, and I found her to be a very good cook and good looking, and so here I am.
What did they feed you? Persian ivy?
Shish kebab. Shish kebab and pilau.
Shish kebab?
And pilau.
Well, I'm all right. How are you? Tell me, do Persian kittens really come from Persia?
Not necessarily. Usually they come from Persian cats.
I tell the jokes around here. I used to tell the jokes around. How would you like it if I went over to your house and stole your Persian rugs? Now, Ducky, you don't mind if I call you Ducky, eh?
No, sir.
What did you want to be when you were a boy?
I wanted to be a sheik like my father.
Your father was a sheik? Don't tell me he was Rudolph Valentino.
No, sir, he was not Rudolph Valentino. He was a real sheik.
Oh, Errol Flynn, huh? Now, Doc, I don't want to get nosy, but tell me, have you got a harem?
No, sir, I do not. It's because against the law.
I realize that, but answer my question. Are there still many harems in Persia?
No, sir, there are not. It's against the law now. But there are a few places that they still would leg him.
Well, see if you can get me a case of 20-year-old stuff right off the boat, will you? Were harems always illegal, Doc?
No, sir. Years ago, harems were legal in Persia. A man could have all the wives that he desired in order to get closer to his heaven.
Get closer to what?
To his heaven.
Why did they figure they were closer to heaven if they had a number of wives?
You see, Mr. Marx, when we figure in Persia, when you have only one wife, she might be a good cook, maybe ugly, or not good dancer, or good singer. But if you have more than one wife, one will be good cook, one will be good dancer, one will be good singer. In this way, you receive all the pleasures of life right here, and then you are closer to your heaven.
That's why a man would want more than one wife, so he'd be closer to heaven?
Yes, sir.
That's certainly getting to heaven the hard way. Now, Shiki, in your profession, you must have had a few spine-tingling experiences. Can you recall any incident in particular that you'd care to discuss?
Well, one of them was very embarrassing. When I first got to this country, my first professional match, I was booked as the great wrestling sheik of Persia. As I entered into the ring, I thought I would show them how Persian wrestlers are. And there we are trained to be very mannerly, very polite. So naturally I walked in, I bowed to the public, and I bowed to the referee, and then I bowed to the wrestler, and went back to my corner. When the bell rang again, I bowed to the public, and I bowed to the referee. And as I bowed to the wrestler, he let me have one right close right to the chin. I went back, and he let me have one in the stomach, and I bowed again, and that was the end of the match.
Well, that'll teach you not to be polite in this country, huh? It's a short match, huh?
Very short.
Next time, use a lighter. Well, you've been an interesting couple, and physically, I'll never be the same. Now, before we proceed, George, is something from our sponsor.
For Jess, pearls. Elgin American's beautiful pearls. They're the finest pearls made by man. He can give them to his girlfriend, and I know she'll love them.
Thanks very much. You bet you will.
What have you got for Shiki over here?
Elgin American's exclusive heart-shaped compact that's definitely different. It's jeweler's bronze that looks like gold. His wife will truly appreciate it.
It's a good thing we're not doing this in Persia. You'd have to have 7 of those, huh? Okay, let's play You Bet Your Life. If you beat our other two couples, you'll get a crack at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The newlyweds are still ahead with $85.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous rivers as your category.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, you've got $20. How much you want to try?
10, sir.
Here's your first question. Hoover Dam controls the waters of what great western river? Colorado is right.
And they're off to a good start with $30.
All right, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try?
$10, sir.
$10. All right. What is the name of the sacred Indian river of the Hindus? They bathe in its waters to be purified.
I know it, too. Not Nile.
Take a guess.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's the Ganges.
Ganges, yeah. I get mixed up.
Well, that's a tough one. That's not
No,
too
I
easy.
should know that.
They now have $20, Groucho.
Well, you only lost 10 that time. You still have $20. And here's your third question. How much of the 20 will you try?
$10.
$10. What is the name of the northwestern river where the salmon spawn each year? The Grand Coulee Dam is on it.
Columbia.
The Columbia River.
And they're on their way again. They have $30.
All right, you're coming around the stretch now. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet? You got $30.
20.
$20. What is the name of the river immortalized by Mark Twain? It is called the Father of Waters. Mark Twain wrote a couple of books about it. Mississippi. You said it right as the bell rang. Give it all.
And they wind up with a grand total of $50. And that means that the car hop and the married man with $228 get the chance at the $1,000 question.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's pretty well done.
And now a word from Myron Wallace.
The name Elgin American means the very finest quality, designing, finish, and craftsmanship. The best value. In exquisite compacts, gorgeous simulated pearls, magnificent dresser sets, magic action lighters, wondrous lighter cases, distinguished cigarette cases, handsome military sets, fascinating musical humidors. Your favorite store has a complete assortment of the newest Elgin American styles right now. See them. And for your own proud use, for thrilling prestige gifts, always buy Elgin American.
And here's the winning couple, Groucho, the car hop and the married man.
Ready to try for $1,000, eh? Good luck, and I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly. Okay, here we go. You ready? In 1876, government troops were annihilated in the Battle of the Little Big Horn. What general was in command of the doomed forces? All right, now what is the answer you two have decided upon?
Only one I can think of is
Custer.
General Custer is right. That's right, you win $1,000. Well, you had the right answer, so you win $1,000 from Elgin American Compacts, and you also win $270. $78. Or is it $228? $228. Well, a few bucks. You really cleaned up tonight. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much.
The Elgin American Show, You Bet Your Life, is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Remember, next week's big question pays $1,000. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life.
Well, this brings us to the end of 3 very pleasant years of association with Elgin American Compacts. And I'd like to thank them for their interest and cooperation in presenting our show. Next week, we'll have a new sponsor. So I'll say good night with this final reminder. Have you looked at your compact lately? Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is tree. T-R-E-E.
Really?
You Bet Your Life.
DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho! When did he get out? Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx! Well, here I am again, starting off the new year with a new sponsor. Now, before we go any further, I want everybody to run down to the corner and say hello to your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. As long as you're down there, you might as well buy one. George Fenneman, who's supposed to take a whack at the $1,000 tonight?
A bachelor and a spinster, Groucho, selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they are, Miss Mary Hopkins and Mr. Oscar Lind. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Hopkins, Mary Hopkins.
That's right.
You're a spinster?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from, Mary?
Well, originally from Newark, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you leave there? Weren't there any eligible bachelors in Newark?
No, I came out to California with the Prudential Insurance Company.
Well, that's good policy to follow, I think.
The best.
Oscar Lind, is that right?
That's right.
You related to Jenny Lind?
She's my sister. I have a sister by that name.
But it's not the other Jenny
No,
Lind.
no.
You're a bachelor, and where are you from, Batch?
Well, I'm originally from Chicago.
Why'd you leave? Weren't there any eligible spinsters there?
Oh, yes, there are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I left.
How old are you?
I'm 51.
51, eh? And Miss Hopkins?
Close to 40.
How close, Mary?
Oh, I still have a couple of years to go.
Which way?
Right.
I can't understand a girl as pretty as you not being married.
Oh, Groucho.
Well, you're a very attractive couple. Now, let's see what you have in common. Miss Hopkins, which do you prefer, the gay sporting type or the quiet, shy, unconscious type?
I think I like a little of each.
Oscar, are you gay, debonair, and witty?
No, not exactly.
Well, are you shy, quiet, and unconscious?
Oh, I think I'm a little of each.
Well, that's a nice combination, huh? He's half witty and half unconscious. Oscar, I trapped you into that. You can forget the whole thing. Let's pretend it never happened. Well, I always think it's fair that a couple about to be married should know each other's bad habits. What about the bad habits? Do you have any bad habits, Oscar?
I snore a little.
How do you know you snore?
That's what they tell me.
That's what they tell you, huh? Oscar, who tells you that?
My family.
Your family?
Yeah.
You mean Jenny Lind comes in and tells you where does Jenny Lind live?
Over in Englewood.
Mm-hmm. And you snore clear across town. Well, you're both good kids, and inasmuch as you'll soon be married in just 1 minute, you're going to have a chance to make $1,000.
And now, here is news about the first showing of the greatest new model which has ever borne the name DeSoto. It will be on display at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers on Tuesday, January 10th. A new model in every sense of the word, because it is new from bumper to bumper. The smart-looking full-width front grille gives this car a look of power, which its high-compression engine so justly deserves. Its graceful new back has sleek new lines, new fenders that have a graceful sweep to them, that will serve to make DeSoto the car that catches the eye of everyone who appreciates beauty of line and clean modern design. Yet, with all its style advantages, here is a practical car. A car that delivers such operating economy that it will truly delight you. It has more visibility in its big rear window, which has also been lowered for comfortable vision. Bigger brakes with less pedal pressure. A truly roomy trunk. Chair-high seats. Wide doors. And, of course, being a DeSoto, It lets you drive without shifting. Tuesday, January 10th, is the day to see it. The first day. Don't miss the unveiling, which takes place at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Now, let's see if you two are going to be our winning couple and get a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. Gentlemen, tell them the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of four questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other two couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected current popular tunes as your category. Is that right? Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to bet?
10.
Jerry Fielding will play. You give me the name of the song.
Gentle People.
Come on, out the whole title now.
Dear Heart and
Dear Heart and Gentle People is right.
And they're on their way. They have $30, Groucho.
Now you've got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $30 will you try?
20.
What is the name of this song?
Don't Cry Joe.
Don't Cry Joe is correct.
They're climbing, Groucho. They have $50.
All right, you're climbing. You got $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 will you try?
30, 40.
Talk up. Remember, you're going to be married soon, so you'll have to start talking to each other.
40.
You're going to try $40. Give me the title of this song. Play, Jerry. What is it? Come on, take a stab. Nothing?
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. It's slipping around.
Oh, yes.
They now have $10.
That's a shame. You still got a chance for the big money. And here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of the 10 are you going to go for?
5.
5? Is that all right with you, Oscar?
And you want to bet the
Oscar,
whole
stop
10.
dreaming of Jenny Lind here.
We bet the 10.
Let's see if you can identify this song.
I Can Dream.
I Can Dream, Can I is correct.
And they wind up with $20.
You wound up with $20. Thanks and good luck from your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't go away. You still have a chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still tree.
I know it, George.
Perhaps the next couple will say it, though. We asked for some housewives who lived in Hollywood, and just before we went on the air, Mrs. Etta Turkle was selected to be on the show. Her partner is the Honorable Gordon L. McDonough, member of the United States House of Representatives. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Oh, welcome to You Bet Your Life and a Happy New Year. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. Honorable Gordon L. McDonough, you're a congressman.
That's correct.
Is everybody honorable in Congress?
I certainly hope so.
How long have you been in Congress? I mean, in Congress.
This is my third term.
Third time, eh? You better look out. One more offense and you'll get life. Are you married, Gordon?
Oh, yes.
Who's the Speaker of the House?
Sam Rayburn.
Now, come now. You're not married to Sam Rayburn. Who's the Speaker in your house?
Oh, Mrs. McDonough, of course.
Any little minority parties at home?
Yes, I have a family.
How many squawkers do you have, Gordon?
7.
Raising your own votes, eh?
Yes, they're all able to vote.
Can I ask who they vote for?
You can guess.
So can you know. Mrs. Turkle, is that right?
That's right.
What does your husband do, Mrs. Turkle?
He's a salesman.
What does he sell?
Siding for homes.
Siding?
For homes.
I mean, what kind of... Insiding or outsiding? Etta, how old are you? Are you old enough to vote?
Yes.
How long have you been voting?
15 years.
Add to that 21, that makes you 36, is that right?
Well, make it 34.
You were voting illegally 2 years? As a voter, do you feel there's anything wrong with the country, Etta?
Well, I think so. Nothing serious.
No.
Well,
What?
taxes are going up. Employment is going down.
Well, look, Etta, if you feel that way about it, why don't you squawk about it?
I do.
Well, who do you squawk to?
My husband.
What does he say?
Well, he don't say anything. He just sits there and listens to the radio.
Why don't you complain to your congressman? Who is your congressman?
Well, begins with a T. I'm not sure of his name.
Is it Truman? No, he's from Missouri. Didn't you say you lived in Hollywood?
Yes.
Well, shake hands with your congressman. There's 2 more votes for you, Gordon. Didn't you know that Mr. McDonough was your representative in Washington?
I had no idea.
Can you tell me who played Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind?
Clark Gable.
Well, Congressman, my advice to you is to get a job in the movies playing congressman. What is your party, Etta? You don't have to answer that, but if you don't, we throw you in jail.
I don't pick the party, it's the man.
You voted for Clark Gable, huh? Now, Mrs. Tickle, I don't mean to be too hard on you. Most of us don't know our congressman. In fact, if it wasn't for Barclay's marriage, I wouldn't know who was vice president. Do you have any special job in Washington, Gordon?
I'm a member of the Public Works Committee and also a member of Subcommittee on Flood Control.
The public gets the works from every committee in Washington. Have you been the author of any important bills?
Yes, I'm the author of the bill that's now being investigated right here in Los Angeles for an Air Force Academy. And also for the improvement of the Los Angeles Post Office. I obtained $1,760,000 for that during the last Congress.
What's that? Put fresh ink in the...
No.
Do you have any message for the voting public, Congressman? Remember, this is only a half-hour program.
Well, of course, the important thing is to let your congressman know how you feel.
Mm-hmm. I see. Mrs. Tickle, how do you feel?
Oh, fine.
Well, that's what you wanted to know, wasn't it, Gordon? Well, Congressman McDonough, it's been a privilege to have you here, and when you get back to Washington, I want you to stand up there on the floor of the House and tell them Mrs. Tickle is feeling just fine. Now let's play the DeSoto Plymouth game. You bet your life for $1,000. You run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you get a chance at the big question. I can't tell you how much our first couple won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The Bachelor and the Spinster won $20.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected nicknames of states as your category. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. Now, here's your first question. How much of the 20 are you going to shoot for?
10.
All right. What state is known as the Hoosier State?
Indiana.
Indiana is right.
And they're on their way, Groucho, with $30.
Oh, remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try?
20.
Agreeable.
All right. What state is known as the Free State? It's a tough one. Mrs. Tickle, you can think, too, you know.
Oh, I just can't.
Well, I'm sorry. The bell is tolled, and it's Maryland. Now you only have $10. Is that right?
Right.
$10. How much are you going to try now?
10.
$10. Okay. What state is known as the Show Me State?
Missouri.
Missouri is correct.
And they're on their way again. They have $20.
All right. Now you're climbing. You got $20. How much are you going to try of the 20?
20.
What state is known as the Bluegrass State?
Kentucky.
Kentucky is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $40.
Thanks and good luck from your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Well, we'll soon know who's going to be tops tonight and get the chance at the $1,000. Fenneman, who's leading?
Well, the housewife and the congressman are ahead with $40. And Groucho, the secret word is still tree.
It is.
We invited some sailors to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected apprentice seaman John Stafford, and his partner is Admiral Frederick C. Sherman. And here they come. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, mates. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. An admiral and a sailor, eh? Sailor, where you from?
Arkansas.
Where are you stationed now?
Terminal Island.
John Stafford, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You related to Joe Stafford, the singer?
No, sir.
You wish you were?
Yes, sir.
Admiral Sherman, is that right? Where are you stationed, Admiral?
I'm not stationed anywhere. I'm retired.
Why don't you wear your uniform? Don't you ever wear it anymore?
Well, when I'm retired, I'm not supposed to wear the uniform except on national holidays or occasions of great ceremony.
Mm-hmm. What, do you wear it around the house?
No.
Never put it on?
Not in a long time.
Does it fit anymore? Huh?
Yeah, I think it still fits.
Oh, you have tried it on there. Oh, by the way, do you kids know each other? Fred, shake hands with Joe here. Huh?
How you do, sir?
Sailor, you look nervous. Is this the first time you've been close to a microphone, John?
Well, it's first time I've been close to an admiral.
Say, the admiral looks a little nervous, too. Maybe he's never been this close to a sailor. Fred, I'll call you Fred. You don't want me to keep calling you Admiral, do you?
No.
You're just wearing your suit around the house. And... this is not said in any derogatory sense, Fred, but what kind of an admiral are you? Huh?
Well, I'm what they call a full admiral.
You mean you just ate? What other kind of admirals are there? Empty admirals?
Oh, yeah.
Fred, would you enlighten me? What kind of admirals are there?
Vice admiral.
Vice. Well, that sounds very interesting. John, what is your title in the Navy?
Seaman apprentice.
How long have you been in the service?
Just several months.
And what did you start out with? Huh? What rank?
Seaman apprentice.
Well, don't look now, but your rank is dragging. Are you married, sailor?
No.
No what?
I'm not married.
Is that the way you bring up these sailors, Admiral?
No, sir.
Tell them what to say, Admiral.
Say no, sir.
No, sir.
I'll pipe you overboard. I wish I knew what that meant, eh? I'd pipe him at that if I wasn't smoking a cigar. Now then, are you married?
No, sir.
Admiral, what about you? Before you got married, did you have a girl in every port?
No, that's an old myth.
I don't care how old she is. You didn't have a girl in every port? Did you have some port in every girl? Admiral Sherman, how long have you been in the Navy?
Well, I had almost 41 years' service when I retired.
What was your biggest mistake?
Well, when I was a student aviator down in Pensacola, I tried to taxi a 105-foot wing-spread airplane through an 80-foot drawbridge.
That wasn't when you retired, though, huh? What was your most exciting experience, Admiral?
Well, I think it was when I was captain of the aircraft carrier Lexington in the Battle of Coral Sea, and the Lexington was damaged and had to be sunk later by our own torpedoes.
What was your biggest thrill, Admiral?
When I stood on the bridge of the Missouri in Tokyo Bay and watched the Japanese sign the surrender terms at the end of World War II.
Well, that's about as big a thrill as anybody could have. I didn't know you were quite that much of a war hero. Wouldn't have cracked all those bum jokes about you. You're going to have quite a job following this chap here, Sailor.
Yes, sir.
Now, Sailor, come down out of the rigging. I want to ask you a few things. In your Navy career, what was your most harrowing experience?
Well, I guess that was the time I forgot to salute an officer.
You're lucky they didn't make you walk the plank, huh? Did you get a demotion?
Oh, no, they can't do that to me. There's nothing lower than the seaman apprentice.
Why do you say you weren't demoted?
Because there's nothing lower than the seaman apprentice.
Well, Fred, now that you're retired, how are you spending your time? Feeding pigeons?
No, I've been writing a book for the last 2 years.
Oh, you're an admiral, all right. Now, what's the book about?
Well, its title is Combat Command, the American Aircraft Carriers in the Pacific War. Admiral Bill Halsey has written a foreword for me, and it'll be on the book stands on the 27th of January.
Well, put me down for one of the first copies, will you? Anybody doesn't buy a copy, we'll have them court-martialed. Do you have any advice that would benefit our sailor here, Admiral?
Well, yes, I'd advise him to make the most of his opportunities in the Navy by advancing himself, going through the trade schools, and taking the correspondence courses which are available to everybody in the Navy.
What about you, Sailor? Sailor, what advice have you got for the Admiral here?
Seamen don't have advices for Admiral.
Go on, go ahead. Go ahead. As one sailor to another, slip him some advice. Tell him where's the best place to find some girls. Would you say Hollywood and Vine?
Well, I've always had pretty good luck on her Sunset and Gower.
Well, there you are, Admiral. How soon will you be over there?
Oh, I'm not interested in that anymore.
Well, you're retired, all right. Well, I must say that the Navy has acquitted itself admirably here tonight. Now, gentlemen, you're going to weigh anchors for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. You run your $20 no more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the big money. Fenneman, remind our listeners who's ahead.
The housewife and the congressman are ahead with $40.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected Smiths and Jones as your category. Now, you have $20. How much do you want to try?
10.
I think we can gamble on 10, yes.
What is the name of the Jones girl who recently married David O. Selznick?
Jennifer, wasn't it?
Jennifer Jones is right.
Yes, they're on their way with $30, Groucho.
How much of the 30 will you try?
15.
15, huh? Okay. What was the name of the famous Smith who was a friend of Pocahontas?
John Smith.
Captain John Smith is right.
They're climbing now. They have $45.
All right, you got $45. How much you going to try? Here's your third question.
20.
I think 20 days, yes.
20. What is the first name of the former golf champion named Jones?
Bobby.
Bobby Jones is right.
They're really on their way now. They have $65.
All right, you're shooting along with $65, and here's your last chance now to beat the other couples. How much of the 65 you going to shoot?
30.
35.
30.
30 then.
30.
You're going to wind up in irons, you know that. What was the name of a famous Smith who was a governor of New York? He wore a brown derby.
Al Smith.
Al Smith is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $95.
They came to the Admiral there, huh?
And that means that the sailor and the Admiral, with their $95, get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Yes, no matter what make of car you now drive or expect to buy, don't make a decision until you visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer on Tuesday, January 10th. For that is the big day to see this truly new model, the new DeSoto. A car with feature after feature that's new. A car whose beauty of line and great performance will do more than all the talk in the world to thrill you and your entire family. A car so smartly designed that you'll want it standing in front of your home. A car so skillfully designed that it brings a whole new concept of driving ease, of roominess. As for economy of operation, here again, mere words cannot do justice to the power at your command of its high-compression engine, to its long-life valves that add thousands of trouble-free miles to your driving pleasure, to its bigger, easier-to-apply brakes, to the tiptoe hydraulic shift and fluid drive that lets you drive without shifting. This year, more than ever before, it's DeSoto that is pointing the way to automotive beauty, economy, comfort, with not just a few changes, but an entirely new model. So next Tuesday, January 10th, make sure you see this new DeSoto at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And here are the sailor and the admiral, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go for $1,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully, and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. When George Washington was given command of the Continental Army, his commission as general was signed by the President of the Continental Congress. Who was this President of the Continental Congress? Okay, what is the answer you two have decided upon?
I think it was John Adams.
No, I'm sorry. It was John Hancock. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $95 in the quiz. Congratulations and thanks to both of you.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, the big question will be worth $1,500.
Well, it's time to let Bing Crosby have the air, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. When driving your car, don't depend on the other guy. Suppose he's depending on you. This is George Fenneman, signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is milk. M-I-L-K.
Really?
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho! Anybody got a dime for a cup of coffee? Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx! Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first to try for?
A couple about to be married, Groucho. They were selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they are, Miss Marie Fortin and Mr. Harry Chauzet. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, youngsters. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mary 14, is that...
14.
Harry Chauzet, is that right? shall see. Huh? Where you from, Harry?
I'm from Salix, Iowa.
Where's that? Near? Any place?
Oh, next Sioux City.
Why did you leave your hometown there, Harry?
I would have come out to the west.
Well, was it a good move when you left?
Oh, I think so. I met Marie by coming out here.
Well, answer my question. Was it a good move when you left? I made a mistake when I left my hometown. If I hadn't made the mistake, I wouldn't have had to leave. So you two are going to get hooked up, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice, huh? What kind of work do you do, Harry?
I'm a machinist in Arabian American Oil Company, Saudi Arabia.
You going over there?
Yes, we're going back over there.
How did you meet Superman here, Marie?
Well, I met him in the first grade. We went to school together.
And never had another fellow from the first grade up to now?
Oh, yes.
You just took him as a last resort, is that it? What about you, Harry? Have you had any other girls in the interim between the first grade and Arabia?
No.
That's the most lying laugh I've ever seen. Did she accept you immediately after you worked up enough courage to propose, Harry?
No, not right away.
You had to squeeze it out of her, huh? You remember the circumstances of his big love scene, Marie?
Well, he took me dancing to various places around the city. And, well, he didn't ask me to marry him. He asked me if I wanted to go to Arabia.
That's certainly a roundabout proposal if I ever heard it. Driving, I must try that sometime. Driving with a girl in the car and you say, I'd like to go to Arabia. And what is there about Romeo that caused you to fall in love with him?
Oh, his charming personality.
Could you give us an example of your personality? Just stood and grinned at her, eh? Well, he seems like a very nice fellow, Marie. Now, what do you like about Marie, Harry?
I guess it's her sense of humor.
She has a good sense of humor? How do you know?
She always laughs at my jokes.
How do you know she's laughing at your jokes? How do you know it isn't the string on her corset that's tickling her? Does that ever occur to you, Harry?
I don't think she wears a corset.
You don't think she wears a corset? You're taking this girl all the way to Arabia and you're not sure whether she wears a corset? Well, you've aroused my curiosity. I'll never rest until I hear you tell a joke. Could you tell us a small joke?
I don't believe I know any small ones.
Well, tell us a wow, huh?
Did you ever hear the one about the fellow that played on the girls' basketball team?
Well, that's pretty good. I like that, huh? Is that the sort of thing you laugh at, Marie?
You're supposed to say, how can a fellow play on a girls' basketball team?
Oh, I see. There's more to it, huh? Okay, how can a fellow play on a girls' basketball team?
He lied about his age.
That'll certainly kill him in Arabia, then. Are you going to be the jealous type of wife, Marie?
No, I don't think so.
You won't mind if he steps out with another gal occasionally, huh?
Oh, he wouldn't do that.
Suppose you're sitting home all alone and Harry is waking late at the office. You're watching the television matches on the machine. And suddenly you see Harry in the first row at the wrestling matches with a beautiful babe. What would you do?
Well, that's impossible.
Why is it impossible?
We don't have television.
This is beginning to sound like Burns and Allen. Marie, forget the television set. Suppose Harry's waking late and you go over to the Palladium and there's Harry dancing with a pretty blonde. What would you do?
Oh, I'd walk up to him and ask him to explain.
Well, that's very logical. There's only one thing that puzzles me. What are you doing at the Palladium while he's... Well, you're both very nice kids, and inasmuch as you'll soon be married, in just 1 minute you're going to have a chance to make $1,500.
Yes, tomorrow is a great day at all DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The brilliant new DeSoto is now on display, and the great Plymouth goes on display for the first time tomorrow. The great new Plymouth is a sensational new high for value in the low-priced field. But you be the judge. Look at it. Then climb into it and get the feel of this car. Put it up hills and through traffic. Give it the toughest test you know. And as for value, you'll find this good-looking royal riding car is packed with value and ready to prove it. Ignition key starting, improved air pillow ride, the quick true stops of Safeguard hydraulic brakes, the lively power of the high-compression engine, and many other features exclusive with the great new Plymouth. Now, more than ever, Plymouth is the car that likes to be compared. For beautiful new styling, for roomy comfort, for easy riding and wonderful handling, for dollar value. So meet your new Plymouth, the American beauty, tomorrow at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Let's see if a couple of youngsters about to be married are going to get the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. Fenneman, explain the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected initials of organizations as your category. Is that right? Here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to risk?
$5.
What educational organization do the initials PTA stand for?
Parent-Teacher Association.
That's right, Parent Teachers Association.
Well, they're on their way, Groucho. They have $25.
You're swinging along. You got $25. How much of the 25 you going to try?
10.
What government body does AEC stand for?
Atomic Energy Commission.
Well, you're just wonderful, Marie.
They're climbing now, Groucho. They have $35.
Here's your third question. You got 35. How much you going to try?
15.
$15. For what informative organization do the initials INS stand for? INS. Take a stab.
I don't believe I know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's International News Service.
They now have $20, Groucho.
All right, you now got $20. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 20 are you going to try now?
20.
What labor organization do the initial CIO stand for?
Congressional Industrial Organization.
That's close enough. Congress of Industrial Organizations is close enough.
And they wind up with a total of $40.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't sneak off to Arabia yet. You still might get the chance at the big question.
Groucho,
Yes, George?
The secret word is still milk. Perhaps our next couple will say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a house mover, Mr. Ab Wilson, and his partner is a housewife, Mrs. Pat Johnson. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. A house mover and a housewife, eh? Mrs. Johnson, I'll bet you're the housewife. Is that right?
That's right.
And where are you from, Mrs. Johnson?
I'm from Denver, Colorado.
You must be the house mover, eh?
Yeah, I'm the house mover. I'm the big boy.
Ab Wilson?
That's right.
What does Ab stand for? Is that Abe?
It's Ab. That's Ab.
Well, I never heard that name. Is that a derivative of Abe or Abner or what?
Well, I guess it would be, you take a house mover, the less material you have, the better off you are,
Well, what is a house mover? Do you move houses?
Yes, sir.
You move whole houses?
Whole houses, yes, sir.
Where are you from, Ab?
Waxahachie, Texas.
Is that near Nacogdoches? What is the biggest hazard in your profession? Is it housemaid's knee?
Well, no. It's going over up or down a hill, and break loose, and get away. tear
What do you
things
do when they break loose? You stand there with your fingers in your ears and your eyes closed? What happens to the occupants when you move a house? Do they just pitch a tent by the side of the road and until you're through?
No, they can live right on in the house.
Suppose they're moving in a house and the husband is still in the bathtub.
Well, take him right along. You don't spill no water.
He might step right out of the tub into the lobby of the Biltmore Hotel. How long have you been moving houses?
About 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Can you move any building?
Yes, sir.
Could you move the Empire State Building in Chicago?
I could if it wasn't for the wind.
You could move the Empire State Building in Chicago?
If it wasn't for the wind, yes.
It wouldn't be easy, you know. It's in New York, the building.
It does make it a little windy.
Well, I suppose many unusual things happen to you in your business.
Oh, yes.
Could you remember any outstanding experience that you
Well,
care to relate?
No more than I got to move the wrong house on the right house on the wrong lot, you know.
What was that?
I could move the house on the wrong lot. Not exactly the wrong lot. I just got the wrong house on the right house on the wrong lot. See?
What do you mean? You moved the lot over to the wrong house?
To the wrong lot. Then I had to get it off before the man caught me, you know.
Well, let's start over again, huh?
Okay.
Could you move the Empire State Building in Chicago?
I could if it wasn't for the wind.
Even though it's in Cleveland?
What's the difference?
Well, thanks to you, Eb, I know all about house moving. Now, you two are going to get a chance to play You Bet Your Life for $1,500. You run your $20 no more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the big DeSoto Plymouth question later. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The couple about to be married won $40.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous dogs as your category. Is that right? Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much do you want to bet? And talk right up.
$10.
Okay. What's the name of the famous collie dog that stars in motion pictures?
Scotty.
Is that? Oh, I'm sorry. The answer is Lassie.
They now have $10.
How much of the $10 will you try?
5.
What's the name of Blondie and Dagwood's dog? Well, I'm sorry, it's Daisy.
I wanted nursery rhymes, but that had already been taken.
Oh, I see. Well, that's a shame.
They now have $5, Groucho.
Well, you've only got $5, and here's your third question. How much of the 5 will you try?
3.
What's the name of Mickey Mouse's dog?
Do you know?
Don't they have any dogs in Denver? The dog's name is Pluto.
They now have $2, Groucho.
Well, now you're only down to $2. How much of the $2 you going to try?
$1, I guess.
$1. All right. What's the name of the late President Roosevelt's late President Roosevelt's little Scotty? Now, that's been in the papers for a long time. Well, I'm sorry, it's Fella. I'm going to give you one more chance to make some money. It's not going to be so easy, so think hard now, and no help, please. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant.
General Grant is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, it won't be long before we know who's going to earn the chance at the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth question. George, who's leading at this point?
The young couple are ahead with $40, and the secret word is still milk. Just before we went on the air, we went looking through our studio audience for the parents of the most children. And here come the mother and the father who were chosen. Mr. and Mrs. Marion D. Story meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word, you win $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mr. and Mrs. Marion D. Story. Marion? Which one of you is Marion? Oh.
I am.
I thought you were already married. Well, that was a whirlwind courtship, Mrs. Story, your first name is Charlotte, is that right?
That's right.
Charlotte, huh? Where are you from, Charlotte?
Bakersfield, California, about 100 miles north from here.
Marion, what do you do for a living?
I'm a sign painter.
Sign painter, huh? How'd you meet Indian Sign here, Charlotte?
Oh, I met him on a boat, and it was raining real hard this night, and he said, would you share your umbrella with me? And I said, sure. And so... And so...
That's a pretty corny approach there, Marion.
It worked.
How long have you kids been married?
28 years.
Well, you're a fine-looking couple. Now, Mr. Story, according to Fenneman, you two are up here because you're the parents of the largest family. Is that correct?
I guess I am. Yes, it is.
You mean you only guess you have a large family?
No.
Haven't you counted the livestock lately?
There's no question about the family.
It's just a question why you're up here, huh? Mrs. Story, how many times have you been a mother?
20 times.
Is this really true? 20 children, Marion?
That is true, 20.
That's what she said. Yeah. Apparently nothing's happened in the last few seconds, anyway. Well, Mrs. Story, my hat, if it was on, would now be off to you. You're a remarkable woman, huh? Tell me, Popsicle, when you see a lot of kids around your house, how do you know if they're all yours?
I remember faces.
You never forget a face, eh? Could you give us the names? Could you reel them off for me?
Well, I'll start with the twins. There's Jean and Jane and Jimmy and Jeanette and Gary and Sherry and Eileen and Arlene. That's twins, 4 sets of twins. There's 2 sets of girl twins, and there's 2 sets of mixed twins.
Mixed twins, huh?
Oh, and the others all goes by the name of Jean and Jane and Jack and Jacqueline and June and so on and so forth.
How old are the children, Mrs. Story?
Well, the oldest is from 27 to 3 years old.
Mm. Have you ever thought of adopting any children?
No, it never occurred to me.
Tell me, Pop, with each new kid, do you go around passing out cigars?
Well, I used to. I stopped at about a dozen.
What do you pass out yourself now, is that it? Well, tell me, Pop. Pop, that's the understatement of the year. Paul Bunyan, if you can't remember all the names, how do you know who to call when you want something?
Well, if I want one of the boys, I just say, son.
Aren't you afraid of getting trampled in the rush? Now, what kind of living quarters do you have? The Hotel Bakersfield?
No, we have 2 acres. We have a 10-room house and 2 showers and a bath.
And do you have a cop in the hallway directing traffic? Well, with all these income tax deductions, how do you make out around March 15th, Pop?
Well, I haven't paid income tax for years.
You wouldn't want to loan me about 8 kids, huh? How do you manage to feed 20 kids? Do you do it in shifts?
Well, that's easy. I have a budget, and I buy everything wholesale, and I start breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get all the working ones off to work, and then I've got 10 to get off for school, and I got some home, and I finally get through about 7 o'clock at night, and then...
What's your grocery bill amount to every week, Charlotte? That's not too personal a question.
Well, it runs to $100 a week. And
suppose the family's having lunch on Sunday. What would you ordinarily find on the table?
Well,
besides a few of the children, huh?
The children are all there. Well, I'll take Thanksgiving Day. Well, we had 2 30-pound turkeys, and we had 20 pounds of roast chicken, and we had a gallon of mashed potatoes, and 14 pumpkin pies, and 8 mince pies, and 6 cranberry pies, and
we had
gallons
pie.
salads and...
And what do you use for toothpicks, a redwood log? Marion, tell me, as the father of 20 kids, have you had any unusual or unforgettable experience?
I've had lots of unusual experiences. We were living in Sacramento, and coming into the hospital, we had to borrow our neighbor's car because ours was broken down.
Should have had a DeSoto.
Well, anyway, we came to the American River Bridge. As we got to the first approach, why, Mama says, "Take it easy, Pop." So we had the car stopped, and one baby was born. And I said, "Well, go ahead now. We get to the hospital fast." So the driver got in. We started, and we got to the other end of the bridge. Mama says, "Take it easy, Pop."
That's why they call them suspension bridges.
I'll detour bridges hereafter.
What about you, Mr. Story? Have you had an unusual experience?
Well, when Jerry was born...
What number was he, do you know?
Well, he was number 12.
Number 12.
I remember that very clearly. I got out of the hospital and I went home. Well, there was 11 down with the whooping cough and measles. So...
You never realized that night when you were on the bay and it was raining and you had the umbrella that all this was going to happen.
Oh, no.
Well, that'll teach you, Mr. Story. Never carry an umbrella when it's raining. Well, it's really been inspiring having you two here tonight. And, Mr. Story, you have every right to be the proudest mother in the country. Now, you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game, you bet your life. If you beat our other two couples, you get a crack at the $1,500 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The young engaged couple is still ahead with $40.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected nursery rhymes as your category. Is that right? And that's a subject you ought to know a great deal about. You have $20, and how much you going to try?
10.
Who called for his fiddler's 3?
Old King Cole.
Old King Cole is right.
And they're on their way, Groucho, with $30.
All right, you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try?
25.
25. Who was asleep under the haystack when he should have been tending sheep? Come on now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a shame, but it was Little Boy Blue. Very easy to get confused on that.
They now have $5.
Oh, you're all the way down to $5. All right, now. Here's your third question. You got $5, and how much you going to bet?
$5.
Who picked a peck of pickled pepper?
Peter Piper.
Peter Piper is right.
On the way again, they have $10.
All right, now you got $10. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 10 you going to bet?
All of it.
All right, who fell down the hill and broke his crown?
Jack.
Jack is right.
And they wind up with $20. And that means the young engaged couple gets the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. You've got to see it to believe it. You've got to drive it to appreciate it. Yes, that's the new Plymouth. The great new Plymouth that's packed with value and ready to prove it. Prove this to yourself tomorrow at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Let your dealer arrange a demonstration drive. Then compare. Compare the value in this great new car with that in other leading low-priced cars. Compare the new beauty and style, the easy riding and wonderful handling. The great engineering that makes it the low-priced car most like high-priced cars. Check the prompt convenience of Plymouth's ignition key starting, the flashing getaway power of the high-compression engine, the soft velvet stops of Safeguard hydraulic brakes, the protection of safety rim wheels, and many other exclusive Plymouth features. Yes, check and compare. For beauty, for power, for room, for riding comfort. Plymouth, now more than ever, the car that likes to be compared. See this great new Plymouth, the American beauty, at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers tomorrow. And while you're there, Don't miss seeing the brilliant new DeSoto as well. A car that's truly new, with new features from bumper to bumper. The finest car that has ever borne the name DeSoto. Learn why your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is so proud of the two superb cars he has on display. The great new Plymouth and the brilliant new DeSoto. And here's the young couple all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go for $1,500. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully and please, no assistance from the audience. Here it is. Frederick Augustus Bartholdi was a famous French sculptor. His best-known work is well known to all of us. What is Bartholdi's great work?
Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty is right. That's right. You win $1,500. You had the right answer. What are you going to do with all that money?
I'm going to give it all to Marie.
And what are you going to do with it, Marie?
I'll take care of it.
Oh. Congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith, music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week's big question will be worth $1,000.
Well, it's almost time for the Bing Crosby Show, and tonight I understand his guest star will be that incomparable comedian of You Bet Your Life. Hey, that's me, Groucho Marx. See you again in a few minutes, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. When you're in your car, be a wise driver, not a wise guy. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is spoon. S-P-O-O-N.
Really?
You bet your life!
The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho, sorry. My name's Yazmin Khan. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who gets first whack at it?
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a bouncer from a dance hall and an accountant. And here they are, Mr. Alan Landman and bouncer Bill Graves. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, gentlemen. You bet your life. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mr. Bill,
Graves.
Bill Graves, huh? You're a bouncer at a dance hall?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Where you from, Bill?
I'm from within a stone's throw of the Churchill Downs in Lexington, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. And what do? You throw stones around there?
Oh, yes, sir.
Bookkeeper, Alan Landman?
Yes, sir.
I'll just call you Bookie, huh?
No.
You're not a bookie, huh? Well, I better call you Bookkeeper, is that right?
No, that's not right either. I'm an accountant.
You're very hard to please, aren't you? I'll call you Count, is that all right? Oh, int. I was int. Tell me, what do you do as an accountant?
Oh, I make income tax returns out for people, give them general advice on their financial statements, and audit their books.
You keep books, and I'll just call you Bookie, huh? And if you get raided, don't come running to me. Huh? Where are you from, Bookie?
I was born within a stone's throw of the Fulton Fish Market in New York.
You were born near the fish market, huh?
That's right.
And how long did you flounder around there before you... Al Smith was born around there, wasn't he?
Oh, that's right.
What's the most common bookkeeping error you find in your work, Mr. Landman?
I would say transposition.
Well, you'll have to say more than that.
I mean...
That left me as cold as those stones where you were born with them.
I mean transposition of figures. That is, writing $16,489.12 as $16,498.21. Transposing the figures in sequence.
Well, I lost you a long time ago. And, Jersey Bounce, tell me, where do you work?
I work at the Roseland Roof, 833 South Spring Street.
And what is Roseland Roof?
It is the finest taxi dance hall in the United States.
I didn't know taxis could dance.
We have some two-legged taxis that dance very well, sir. Some night if you're off and you have a moment to spare...
I'm off every night, huh?
I'd like to have you come down and visit us.
Well, I'd be very happy to, huh? They strap a meter on me, I suppose? What do you do at the Roseland Roof, Mr. Graves?
I'm the manager, the elevator operator, the policeman. I'm a union man. I work 8 hours in the morning and 8 hours at night.
Did you figure that joke out on your boss this time? Or... Now tell me, Turkey Trot, how many girls work at your dance emporium? Huh?
Between 75 and 100.
Those are pretty loose figures to have on a dance floor. You handle figures too, don't you, Alan?
Yes, sir.
The figures you handle don't lie, I take it, huh?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
You don't have to, I just said it. Huh? You ever run across cases of simple fraud? What's a good way to skin a widow out of her mite, for example?
Well, you pad the figures on an expense account.
Steady now, it is. Well, you're a rascal, that's what you are. You pad the widow's figures? Well, how do you catch a crook like that?
Oh, you just use your logic. For example, if a guy submitted an expense account showing that he was in the Sahara Desert and that he entertained some people at a nightclub there for $187.50, you would...
Is there a nightclub in the Sahara Desert?
Not that I know of.
You mean this widow can only get cheated in the Sahara Desert?
She can choose her own site.
You mean it would take a lot of sand to skin her, huh? Now tell me, does anything exciting ever happen to an accountant?
Well, something exciting happened to me once. I got into an airplane conducting 5 wooden packing cases that looked as if they might have contained cans of beans, and they actually had $1 million in cold, hard American cash.
And did you have a gun with you?
Yes, I did. I was in the Army as a dispersing officer, and I had a .45 strapped to my side.
Have you ever had anything else strapped to your side?
Some mustard plaster.
Well, there's worse things than that to be stuck with, you know. Now tell me, Bouncer, in your job, does anything unusual ever happen?
Oh, not a great deal.
How much do you charge for a dance at your...
12 cents a minute.
Why are your dances only a minute long?
Well, we can give the people more for the money and give them more dancing.
That's a fairly shifty answer there.
I'm a Scotsman.
You get a faster turnover, is that it?
Faster turnover, it is. Yes, sir.
They must turn over like a propeller in your place. Now, do these people pop in just to dance for 1 minute? Or...
Some come in and sit around night after night, and all they do is dance the free dancers.
What night are the free dancers? What do they talk about, the ones that don't dance?
They talk about general subjects, not what you think.
How do you know what I'm thinking?
How many fights do you have to stop in a night on an average?
Since I've been with Roseland for the last 20 years, we've never had a fight in the place.
Well, what do they do, go out in the alley and slug each other?
I worked in a place one time where we had to close on Sundays to pump the blood out of the cellar.
You don't happen to remember what they did with the old blood, do you? Well, you two make an extremely interesting couple, and we're happy to have you with us tonight. You're both experts on figures. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to try for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Just a week ago, the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America introduced the brilliant new DeSoto, the finest car that has ever borne the name DeSoto. It's a completely new model from bumper to bumper. From its beautiful new front grille to its wider rear end, here is the car that is styled for comfort as well as beauty. Every detail, from DeSoto's rear window, which was made bigger and lower to provide greater visibility, to its smartly styled new steering wheel, from its bigger, softer pedal action brakes, to its beautiful new fenders that permit easier changing of tires, here truly is a new car in every sense of the word. A car bringing you richness of line that your family will boast of for many months to come. Economy of operation that your pocketbook will appreciate. Drive this great new DeSoto just once, and you'll thrill to it as thousands already have. Your DeSoto Plymouth dealer will arrange to have you drive it at your convenience.
Now, let's see if a bookkeeper and a bouncer will get the chance at the $1,000. Send them and tell them the rules of You Bet Your Life.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous dates in United States history as your category. Here's your first question. You have $20. How much will you bet?
$3.
No, let's make it 10.
Here's a fellow lived at a racetrack, huh?
He said make it 10.
Make it 10. Is that okay
make
with
it
you,
10
Bill?
is fine.
Okay. What happened on October 12th, 1492?
Columbus discovered America.
You said it right on the nose, Bill.
And we're off to a great start, Groucho, with $30.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $30 will you bet?
20.
Not $20, no. Make it 15. Make it $20 on all right.
What happened on December 7th, 1941?
That's a Pearl Harbor.
That's right. Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
They're climbing. They have $50.
You're climbing. You got 50 smackers. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 are you going to go for?
Well, we take, this time we'll plunge a little. We bet $35.
So, you're going to bet $35. Okay, all right. What happened September 2nd, 1945?
Was it VJ Day?
VJ Day?
You agree with that?
Yes,
you
I
agree
do.
with that? Well, that's right.
Now they have $85, Groucho.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 85 will you risk?
Let's try 75.
$75.
What far-reaching event happened on October 24th, 1929?
The crash.
The crash is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $160.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't run away. You still might be high tonight and get a crack at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still spoon.
I know that, George.
Perhaps our next couple will say it, too. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a chiropodist, Dr. Theodore Dale, and his partner is a housewife, Mrs. Sue Prosen. And here they are, folks. Meet Groucho Marx.
All right, welcome, kids. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Chiropodist and a housewife, eh? Doc Dale, is that the way?
That's correct.
What kind of a name is that? Is that Swiss?
Well, it's leftover Piccadilly.
I had some leftover Piccadilly tonight. That isn't my name. What do you mean leftover Piccadilly? It's English?
Way back, the family's name was Piccadilly, and this was left of it.
Where you from, Doc?
Redondo Beach, California.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Sue Prosen?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from, Sue?
Boston.
You're married?
Yes.
What does your husband do for a living?
Building contractor.
How did you meet your husband?
My mother wanted to borrow a hammer.
Your mother went to borrow a hammer?
Uh-huh. And she borrowed it from a friend, and he had a son, only I didn't know he had a son.
Who had a son, the hammer?
No, it's very simple, really. The friend had a hammer.
And that's how you nailed him?
Yes. He came over and brought the hammer, and I wanted to get a dog. And when
What's that?
I wanted to get a dog, and when
Instead of a hammer, you mean?
Well, she wanted the hammer. I didn't.
Oh.
But when I saw this guy drive up, and he didn't have a very nice car, and I thought, well, I could ask him to take me for the dog because my boyfriend had a new car, and I couldn't ask him to take me for the dog.
Why?
Because he wouldn't let a puppy in his car. Well, when we got home, the landlady met us at the apartment, and she said, you can't have a dog here.
Just a hammer, huh?
No, very simple, really. He took the dog home with him. And on the way home, he said, if you married me, you could have me and the dog. And I said, well, for the dog's sake, I'd think about it. But it took the family 2 months to arrange the wedding.
Had no place to put the dog, I suppose.
No, I didn't want it. But we didn't get the dog. It got lost.
Tell me, I want to ask you one question. What happened to this first Schlemiel that you were going with, huh?
Still around.
The one with this brand new car that wouldn't let any livestock in it. What happened to him, huh?
He still got the car.
Still got the car and that's
Yeah.
all, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a hammer and a dog and a husband?
No dog.
No
just
dog.
a cat.
Now you got a cat? Kids, too?
Yes, 2 of them.
2 kids. And only 1 cat, huh? You ought to try to get another cat, huh?
Cat to worry about.
Either that or do away with one of the kids. Doc, how did you meet your wife? Did you have a hammer in your hand at the time?
Oh, no, but I had a...
Was she going around with some foot pad and you rubbed her out? What happened?
Well, I was, as a student...
I'll call you Piccadilly, huh?
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly, huh? I picked a dilly one night. Well, anyway...
I was a student at the foot clinics of New York, and my wife was a patient. And she was kind of cute at the time,
she'll appreciate the way you qualified that compliment.
Well, I suggested that, being that she had so much trouble with her feet...
Did you write her any footnotes? Or
No. And out of that time...
Well, up to this time, you'd just seen her feet, is that right?
That's right.
Maybe that's the way it should be. Most fellas, they go around looking at a girl's face, you know. Maybe should they examine their feet, because in most cases, their feet are not made up. You know what you're getting, anyway. You two have 2 of the most romantic stories I've ever heard. A pussycat in an old car and a foot doctor. Now tell me, Hotfoot, how did you happen to become a chiropodist? Were you at the foot of your class in school? Or?
Well, I started at the foot and thought in this profession I might work my way up.
Mm-hmm. You were eventually going to become a dentist? Is that
become successful.
Oh, I see. Why do so many people have foot trouble?
A lot of it's traced back to childhood. And very few parents will take the trouble to take their children to have their feet examined, and you find that 60% of children have foot trouble.
Well, what kind of feet do you treat?
Any kind.
Any kind of feet? Wish you'd come over to my house. My piano is getting pigeon-toed. Well, what's the chief reason that people come to your office?
Their feet hurt.
Well, you ask a silly question, you get a silly answer. I knew if I talked to a chiropodist, sooner or later I'd put my foot in it. You mean people have trouble with their dogs, is that it?
That's right.
And you take care of their dogs?
I sure do.
Well, then actually you're a veterinarian, huh?
No, I'm a chiropodist.
What's the matter, Doc? Didn't you like that joke?
Oh, I thought, well, it's corny.
What was that?
Corny.
Corny joke. Well, you ought to know. You're an expert on corns. What are the most common foot ailments?
Well, the most common we'd see would be hello, my Molly, hello, my Durham, and
hello, my Molly, huh? Hello, my Molly, hello, my daddy. Why, Joseph Howard sang that, and I wonder who's kissing her now, huh? You mean that's a foot disease? By the way, Doc, my wife's foot hurt quite a bit this morning. Could you suggest anything that might help?
Well, if you tell me where it hurts.
Well, it hurts in the seat of my pants. That's why she's I tricked you into that one. Well, you made a very interesting and instructive team, and we enjoyed having you here. Now, you're going to have a chance to make money hand over foot, Doc. You're going to play You Bet Your Life. All you got to do is run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question later on. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The accountant and the ballroom bouncer won $160.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected bowl games, B-O-W-L. Now you got $20. How much you going to try?
10.
Talk right up into the microphone. Because over 300 people are listening here tonight. All right. In what city is the Sugar Bowl game played?
Sugar Bowl, New Orleans.
In New Orleans is right.
And we're on the way with $30, Groucho.
See how easy it is? Now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 you're going to risk?
20.
Where is the Orange Bowl game played?
Miami, Florida.
Miami is right.
And now they have $50.
Now you got 50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 you're going to try?
30.
$30. In what city is the Shrine East-West game played?
San Francisco.
San Francisco is on the nose.
They're climbing now. They have $80.
All right, you're steaming right ahead now. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 80 you're going to risk? Talk up. Talk right up. Into the microphone.
She wants to bet 60.
She wants to bet 60. And how much do you want to bet?
I'd rather bet the whole 80.
You would, huh?
Okay.
You want to go whole hog? You're going for $80. In what island city is the Pineapple Bowl played?
And Honolulu.
Honolulu is right.
And they wind up with $160.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, pretty soon we're going to know who's going to earn the chance at the $1,000 question. George, who's ahead so far?
Well, nobody's ahead so far.
Nobody's ahead so far.
Both the first couples have $160.
You mean they're neck and neck?
They're neck and neck.
Well, let's hope they don't do any neck and neck in here, huh?
And let's not forget that the DeSoto Plymouth secret word is still spoon. Say, Groucho, we have a surprise for you. Our final couple is an Irish war bride and her husband. And here they are. Mr. and Mrs. Wysowski, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, youngsters. And if you say the secret word, you win $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mrs. Wysowski, you're an Irish bride?
Yes.
Wysowski, you're one of the Notre Dame Irish. Faith and Begar and Barry Fitzgerald. Sure, and it's a fine thing to be after having you here with us here tonight. Huh? How's my brogue?
Oh. They don't talk that way where I come from.
They also don't talk that way where I come from. Well, I must admit my brogue's a little rusty. Last night I had an Irish stew and somebody dropped a hot tamale in it. Joe Wysowski, huh?
That's right.
What sort of work do you do, Joe?
I'm a mechanic with Lockheed Aircraft.
Lockheed Aircraft? What part of Ireland are you from, Joe?
Kewanee.
Kewanee, Illinois?
That's correct.
And what part of Ireland are you from, Phyllis?
Belfast.
Belfast. How long since you've been in Belfast?
About 5 years.
You have no discernible brogue at all, do you?
We don't talk the same way as they do in the South.
In the south of Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been an Irish war bride, Phyllis?
Well, we were married the day after St. Patrick's Day in 1945.
Do you have any little Irish males at home?
No, I haven't.
Have you? Joe, me lad, how long have you been married?
I got married when Phyllis did.
What were you doing in Ireland then?
Well, I was an aircraft mechanic for Lockheed.
In Ireland?
Yes.
When you were courting Phyllis over in Ireland, where did you take her, Joe?
Well, we went for an occasional walk, just show once in a while.
Well, now that you're an old married couple, where do you take her now for excitement? I think that's the look that won her, huh? That was a real Barry Fitzgerald look, wasn't it? Where do you take her now that you're married, Joe? Don't sneak out of this. I want an answer.
Well, we still go for the occasional walk in the show once in a while.
Say, you're in a rut, aren't you? Now, before you met Joe here, how many nice Irish bucks were you engaged to, Phyllis?
None. I was too young.
In Ireland, the girls don't get engaged, I suppose, until they're around 23, 24. Eh?
That's right.
And how long do the engagements usually last?
Oh, about 3 or 4 years.
Takes 4 years for a boy and girl to get acquainted in Ireland? It's obvious they don't have drive-in theaters over there. Over here, they have 10-minute intermissions at the drive-in so the kids can get married. Have you ever kissed the Blarney Stone, Phyllis?
No, that's in the South.
Well, since you never kissed the Blarney Stone, would you tell me how old you are?
27.
Are you sure you haven't kissed the Blarney Stone? How old are you, Joe?
I'm 35.
Phyllis, how old do you think I am? And no flattery now.
Oh, I'd say about 40.
Are you sure there's no Blarney Stone in the north of Ireland? If you were a pinball machine right now, you'd light up and say tilt. Joe, you look a little more practical. How old do you think I am?
Oh, I'd say you're going on 50.
No, I'm going on penicillin. I grow my own, too. I scrape it off old moldy jokes. Well, you each made a pretty close guess, 40 and 50. That's 90. That's about right. Well, this has been inspiring having you here tonight, Aaron Go Bra, as we Celts always say. Now, you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game, you bet your life. If you beat our other two couples, you'll get a crack at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The first two couples are tied with $160 each.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected capitals of states as your category. Is that correct? All right, you've got $20. How much are you going to try?
10.
What is the capital city of Colorado?
Denver.
Denver is correct.
And they're on their way with $30, Groucho.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try? Talk right up, Joe.
20.
$20. What is the capital city of Nebraska?
Lincoln.
Lincoln is correct.
They're climbing. They have $50.
All right, you got $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 are you going to risk?
40.
$40. What is the capital city of Virginia?
Richmond.
Richmond is right.
They're really on their way now. They have $90.
Well, you're zooming along. You got $90. How much are you going to try?
We'll try 80.
You're going to try $80. What is the capital city of New York?
Albany.
Albany is right.
And they wind up with $170. And that means that the Irish couple get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. It's new. It's beautifully new. It's packed with value and ready to prove it. Yes, that's the beautiful new Plymouth. Now, more than ever, the car that likes to be compared. Drive it. Give it the toughest test you can think of, uphill and through traffic. Let your DeSoto Plymouth dealer arrange a demonstration ride tomorrow. Then compare. Compare the value in this beautifully new Plymouth with that in other leading low-priced cars. Check the convenience of Plymouth's ignition key starting, the lively power of the high-compression engine, the soft velvet stops of Safeguard hydraulic brakes, the protection of safety rim wheels, and many other exclusive Plymouth features. Yes, check and compare. For beauty, for room, for riding comfort. Now, more than ever, the new Plymouth is the car that likes to be compared. The car that's packed with value and ready to prove it. This beautiful new Plymouth, the American Beauty, is on display at all authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
And here's the Irish war bride and her husband, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go for $1,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. The Star-Spangled Banner was written in 1814 and became our official national anthem in 1931. Before the Star-Spangled Banner was written, what song was considered the national anthem of the United States? Okay, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
I'm afraid I can't answer it.
I'm sorry. The correct answer is Hail Columbia. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $170 in the quiz. Congratulations and thanks to both of you.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week's big question will be worth $1,500.
Well, it's time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. It's good to be on time, but it's better to be safe. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is sky. S-K-Y.
Really? You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
I wonder whatever happened to that red-headed girl. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman has placed a try for it.
Just before we went on the air, we asked if there were any young people present who'd like to get married someday. Now, our studio audience selected Miss Frankie Costelletto and policeman Bob Selman, and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Castelletto?
That's right.
Frank? I'll call you Frankie, huh?
Yes?
Where are you from, Frankie?
I was born somewhere on Brooklyn Avenue here in Los Angeles.
What do you mean you were born somewhere along Brooklyn Avenue?
Well, we were going to the hospital, and I know that on my birth certificate it just says Brooklyn Avenue.
Do you root for the Dodgers? How old are you, Frankie?
25.
Very young-looking girl for 25. And you're a policeman?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Selman, Bob Selman.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 27, Groucho.
Mm-hmm. Where are you from?
I was born on Lake Superior, Duluth, Minnesota.
You were born on Lake Superior?
Yeah, on the lake.
What are you, a whitefish? What do you mean you were born on Lake Superior?
Well, I was born on Lake Superior. My folks were on a fishing trip, and...
Did your old man go on fishing while this was... And what do you do for a living?
I'm a librarian.
What kind of a librarian are you?
Public librarian.
Now, what's the difference between a public library and a private library?
Well,
I have a library at home.
well, when we
I don't have any books in it, but good place to hide booze. And
well, when we think of a private library...
You think very often of a private?
Well, private libraries are usually corporation libraries. They have sort of a restricted clientele, but we like to see everybody at the public library.
I always think of a private library, you know. I always think of a kind of an elderly man in a smoking jacket sitting there with a knife in his back. And, usually around midnight. They never read, those fellas. They're always sitting there with knives in their back. You're not married, huh?
No, I'm not married.
Bob, why aren't you married?
Not on my salary, Groucho.
Would you like to get married, Bob?
Someday I plan to, yes, sir.
When?
Well, as soon as I can afford it.
You mean you're going to stay a bachelor all your life? Have you ever thought of including Frankie here in your plans?
Well, I just met her, Groucho.
Well, you're a cop, aren't you? Wait till she breaks the law and then pinch her. And Miss Castelletto will tell you a thing or two. You're still a policeman, aren't you, Bob?
Yes, sir.
What kind of a cop are you?
I'm a probationary officer.
You're on probation? Why is that?
Well, you're on your probation, Groucho, until you've proven yourself to your superior officers.
You're under constant observation?
Yes, sir. I'm under constant observation.
You mean you cracked?
No, sir. I have to prove myself first.
You have to watch yourself every minute, huh?
Watch myself every minute.
And while you're admiring yourself in the clothing store, across the street, the crooks are robbing the bank, I suppose. Miss Castelletto, what do you think of a man who's half cracked, under observation, and goes around pinching people?
I think he's cute.
I may be wrong, Bob, but it seems to me that you're more than casually interested in Frankie here. Why don't you ask her phone number? Go ahead. Don't be bashful.
I already have it, Groucho.
See, Frankie, the long arm of the law is slipping around your waist already. Frankie, truly, does he really have your phone number?
Yes, Groucho.
Why'd you give it to him, huh?
I don't know. He asked me. I'm just answering questions.
The training these young policemen get nowadays. Remember, she's a librarian there now, Bob.
Yes,
she can read you like a book. Well, I've kidded our policeman tonight, but he knows I didn't mean a word of it. I'm sure we've become old and trusted friends, Bob.
Yes, sir.
And eventually we'll spend a lot of time together. Now, in just 1 minute, the two of you will play You Bet Your Life for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
Drive a DeSoto before you decide. All across the country, prospective car owners are doing just that. They're thrilling to the beauty and performance of this new DeSoto. For here is a car with not just a few new features, but one that is really a new model from bumper to bumper. Start at the front of this car and feast your eyes on DeSoto's brand new full-width front grille. A beautiful grille that gives the car a look of power its high-compression engine so justly deserves. Look at those newly styled rear fenders and see how they add sweep and grace to the entire appearance of the car. Look through that rear window, which is larger and also has been lowered to make the visibility far better. And then take this new DeSoto out on the road. Remember, it's the car that lets you drive without shifting. Note its bigger brakes that stop you with far less effort. Feel how easy it is to drive and to steer. Yes, drive a DeSoto before you decide. Tomorrow, see the all-new DeSoto at your authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Now let's see if a policeman and a librarian will get the chance at the $1,500. Fenneman, bring them up to date on the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in the waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
You're nothing on me, Fenneman. I don't know what's going on out here either. Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected stars in current movies as your category. Is that right? Here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try?
10.
Who plays opposite Rhonda Fleming in The Great Lover?
Bob Hope.
Bob Hope is correct.
And they're off to a good start with $30.
Now you got $30. How much are you going to try?
10.
Talk
20.
Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Who is the star of 12 O'Clock High?
Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck is right.
They're on their way now. They have $50.
Here's your third question. You got 50. How much are you going to try the 50?
$30.
Who plays opposite George Brent and Robert Young in Bride for Sale?
Claudette Colbert.
Claudette Colbert is right.
They're really on their way now. They have $80, Groucho.
How much of the 80 will you try?
20 enough?
No, way up.
80.
All of it?
Okay. Who co-stars with Wanda Hendricks and Orson Welles in Prince of Foxes?
Tyrone Power.
Tyrone Power.
And they wind up with $160.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Stick around now. You still might get the chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still sky. Perhaps our next couple will say it.
Well, who is next?
A television expert and a housewife, selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they come. Mrs. Olive Rusuck and Mr. Clifford Wong meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Oliver Rusuck, is that right? Russick. Where are you from?
I'm from Rock Island, Illinois.
And you, Mr. Wong? You're in television?
That's right.
It isn't often we have people from show business here. What shows are you on, Mr. Wong?
I'm not on any show.
Oh, out of work, eh? What was your last television job?
Well, I repaired a console set this afternoon.
Let me get this straight. You fix television sets?
That's right.
Well, what makes television work?
Well, both the sync pulses and the blanking pulses were transmitted by the transmitting station. It's transmitted on the horizontal polarized plane, and it's received by the receiver. And it's detected at the...
Well, I think the secret of television is pretty safe with you, Mrs. Russick, let's forget the whole thing. What does your husband do, Mrs. Russick?
He's an ex-musician.
An ex-musician?
Uh-huh.
We've got 15 of them back here.
Good place for him to join, wouldn't it?
What do you mean he's an ex-musician? Does he make a living not playing an instrument? What does he do now?
He's working for the school board now.
Does he play xylophone?
Oh, no. Once in a while.
What did he play before?
He played a banjo.
Did he woo you with the banjo?
Uh-huh.
How?
Well, that isn't how I met him. My father lived on a farm, and I was visiting him, and I wanted to learn how to drive the car, but he didn't want to teach me, so he was taking a nap, and that afternoon, he was going to have this young lad come and help him with the haying. And
this is the Eddie Peabody character.
Yes. So when he came and my father was asleep, he decided he might as well take a nap, too, so he crawled up on the haystack. And so I was out driving the car around in the hayfield, because that way I wouldn't hit anybody or anything, and so I run it into the haystack. And I bounced him out, and he landed on the hood of the car in front of the windshield. And that's how I met him.
Did he have his banjo with him at the time?
No.
Now, Clifford Wong, I'll just call you Static, huh? Tell me, as a television repairman, just what do you do?
Repair television sets.
Who do you work for, Mr. Wong?
Munch Television.
Well, if you had to do it over again, would you go into the television business, Mr. Wong?
Well, yes, I think I will, but only on your side of the business is where there's money involved.
You want to be where I am, where the money is that it? All right, you asked for it. Go ahead. This is your program, huh? You're the comedian. I'm the contestant. Go ahead. Interview me. Think this is such a soft racket? You try it for a while.
All right. What's your name?
Puddin' Tame. Ask me again, and I'll tell you the same.
Well, what do you do for
How do you like it? Go ahead. Ask me another question.
What do you usually do for a living?
I'm in television. I fix television sets. Now, since you're me, go ahead. Tell a joke, huh?
Well, I tell you, something funny happened to me on the way to the studio tonight.
Well, there's going to be a lot of radios going to need fixing after this.
Well,
go ahead, shoot, Mr. Wong.
Well, on my way to the studio tonight, a man stopped me. Says, could you let me have 30 cents so I could be with my family? Feeling sorry for the man, I handed him 30 cents. I says, where is your family? This is the answer he gave me, in the movies.
How old a man was he, do you remember?
No, I don't.
What was the movie, do you remember that?
Tell me.
Now, you were going to tell us a joke. Go ahead with the joke.
That is the joke.
That's the joke? Okay, have it your own way. What do you do for a living?
I repair television sets.
Well, stick to it. That's where the big money is. Well, after talking to you two, I'm convinced television is still around the corner. Now, let's see if you can run your $20 into more than the other two couples and get a crack at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question later. I can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The policeman and the librarian won $160.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. What question category did you select?
A.
Music by Jimmy McHugh. Is that right? And how much are you going to risk?
Shall we bet 10?
Talk right up into the microphone now.
10.
Because Bing Crosby is listening, and we don't want the whole Baldy to miss anything here. You're going to bet $10. Here's your first question. Jerry Fielding plays. You give me the name of the song. Play, Jerry.
Sunny side of the street.
On the sunny side of the street. $30. Okay, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
20.
How much? $20. What is the name of this song? What is the answer you two have decided upon, huh? Take a stab at it.
Something about sky, isn't it?
Riding around that haystack certainly made you lucky, Mr. Crosby. You just said sky, and that's the secret word tonight, so you win $100 in cash, compliments of the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. By the way, the name of that song is I Feel a Song Coming On. They have practically nothing outside of that $100.
$10, Groucho.
You've sunk down to $10, and here's your third question. How much of the 10 are you going to bet?
I will bet $5.
$5. Give me the title of this McHugh song. Okay, Jerry?
Don't blame me. Don't blame me.
$15, Groucho.
Now you're riding down the roller coaster. You got 15 smackers. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
Let's bet it all.
Here we go. What's the name of this song?
I can't get anything but love, baby.
Enough. And they wind up with $30.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. All right, let's have our third couple, George, and it won't be long before we know who gets the big question. Who's ahead so far, Fenneman?
The librarian and the policeman with $160. And the secret word is still sky. We invited some auctioneers and some square dance scholars to the show tonight, and here comes the couple selected just before we went on the air. Auctioneer Ken Porter and square dance caller Irene Hanford meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life, folks, and if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. We have an auctioneer and a square dance caller, eh? Miss Irene Hanford?
That's right.
You're a square dance caller, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that a kind of a peculiar occupation for a woman?
Well, it might be, but I think women can do anything men can.
You really think so, huh? I'd like to see you get into the steam room at the Yacht Club. Where are you from, Irene?
Los Angeles.
And are you married?
No, I'm not. I'm a miss.
You're a miss, huh? Well, a miss is as good as a mile. I always say. No, I don't always say that. In fact, I never say that. I haven't said that in years. You're the auctioneer, Mr. Porter? Where are you from?
I'm from Champaign, Illinois.
How long have you been in California, Mr. Porter?
Well, I settled here in about 1945.
What did you settle for? 90 cents on the... As an auctioneer, 90 cents on the dollar, I suppose. Are you married, or haven't you ever felt yourself going, gone? Huh?
Yes, I'm married.
You are married, huh? How'd you meet your wife? Did you pick her up at an auction?
When I got my discharge out of Klamath Falls, Oregon, I came down here to visit.
Out of where?
Klamath Falls, Oregon.
What were you doing up there?
I was in rehabilitation camp up there.
Oh. What do you do in a rehabilitation camp?
Well, I was a Marine Corps. They was getting me ready for the public, I guess.
What would you say is the most important qualification for an auctioneer?
Well, 95% of it is psychology, softening up to people.
Well, is that what you use the hammer for?
No, I mean, you gotta, tell jokes.
I'm still trying to recover from the last joke. Okay, let's hear one of the jokes. Just a small one now. Say about a $2 purchase. Huh?
I don't mean that. I mean, you got to soften the crowd up, not with a joke, but sort of in a saying, like if they're not bidding, just tell them if they're dead, why don't they lay down? Or...
That's a nice joke, I think, to say. Have any of them ever taken you up on that offer? How does an auction work, Mr. Porter?
Well, you bring up an article and you explain it. For instance, if you're selling a cow, a piece of furniture, a diamond ring, or anything like that, you explain it. And
you have to explain a cow to the audience? How do you explain a cow? I'd like to hear it. How many bids are needed to sell an item?
2 bids, sir. 1 bid doesn't make an auction.
Well, how do you know when to stop the bidding?
Or when they quit bidding.
This is after you tell them to lie down on the floor and drop dead? Is that... Where do you do your hawking or auctioneering?
Well, I auction at Auction City, and...
There is really a city called Auction City?
Yes, sir. It's the biggest one in the world.
Well, I'm kind of curious to hear you give your pitch. Suppose I got a $1,000 diamond ring here, and I want you to sell it for me. Now, you go ahead and sell it.
All right, here's a very gorgeous diamond ring, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to give for it? All right, down to $25 bidding now, $30 now, $30 bidding now, $5 now, $35 bidding now, $40 more. Now, ladies and gentlemen...
You forgot to say drop dead, huh? I notice you raise your hand when you're doing that chanting. Why do you do that? Do you want to ask a question?
No. Well, it helps you pick up bids.
Oh, I thought maybe then you want to go to the bid room, huh? Well, Irene, I'm nuts about typesickery. I've never gone square dancing. Could you describe a typical dance?
Well, you want an easy one or a complicated one?
Well, say about medium, huh? Tell those, Irene, huh?
Well, how about...
Throw your inhibitions out the window.
Well, the first and third couples lead out to the right in circle 4. And they go once around, and the working gents go home.
Did you say the working gents go home?
Yeah.
Well, and who do they dance with? You've only started, and the men leave already?
And the girls, their partners, are left on the side with the other 2 gents in 2 lines of 3.
Well, there's 2 gents that didn't go home, huh? They don't like it at home, huh? Well, tell me, Gallicucci, could you call a square dance?
Well, I might give you just the way one might start.
Okay.
You always start out with an element left and a grand right and left, you know. So you might start out, well, swing your honey high and low when you keep on swinging that calico. Now it's element left with the old left hand. The right to your honey, go right and left grand. Hand over hand all around that ring and a hand over hand with the dear little thing. And you beat your honey and promenade.
That's pretty good. I kind of like that, huh? Now, suppose you wanted to set up an auction across the street from a square dance. And you wanted to take that crowd away from her. Now, how about you, starting your auction, and you do your square dance, and let's see how the two goes. Now, 1, 2, 3, go!
All right, now, 75 bid now, $80 board, $80 bid now.
Quiet! If anybody wants to make a phone call, this is the time to do it, right? Well, I've learned a lot about America tonight, and it won't be long before we're investigated. Now, you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game, you bet your life. If you beat the other couples, you'll get a crack at the $1,500 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The policeman and the librarian are still ahead with $160.
Here we go. You have $20. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous animals as your category. Okay, how much of the 20 you're going to try? And talk right into the microphone and loud.
$10.
What animal do you associate with Lady Godiva?
Horse.
A horse is correct.
They're on their way with $30.
I'd rather associate with Lady Godiva than the horse. Okay, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
Make it 20.
25's better.
25. Okay, 25.
What kind of animals do you associate with the Pied Piper?
Mice.
Rats.
They're climbing. They have $55.
Well, they're both rodents, so I guess we'll give you that. How much you going to bet? You have $55.
45.
$45. What animal do you associate with Jonah?
A whale.
The whale is right.
They're really climbing. They have $100.
Well, that was a whale of finance, and now you have $100, and here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 100 will you bet? You going to shoot the works? What animal do you associate with Romulus and Remus?
Wolf.
A wolf is right.
And they wind up with $200. And that means the auctioneer and the square dance caller get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. If you're thinking of buying a new car, remember this. Now, more than ever, the beautiful new Plymouth is the car that likes to be compared. Because the new Plymouth is the low-price car most like high-priced cars. It's packed with value and ready to prove it now at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Check the value in this great new car yourself, feature by feature, against that of any other leading low-priced car. Compare the convenience of the new Plymouth's ignition key starting, the soaring power of its high-compression engine, the velvety comfort of its improved air pillow ride, the quick, sure stops of its safeguard hydraulic brakes, and many other features exclusive with the great new Plymouth. You'll discover that this beautiful new Plymouth offers you a truly sensational new high for value in the low-priced field. Tomorrow, see the American beauty, the great new Plymouth at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And while you're there, don't miss the brilliant new DeSoto as well, a car that's truly new, the finest car that has ever borne the name DeSoto. Learn why your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is so proud of these two superb cars, the great new Plymouth and the brilliant new DeSoto. And here is the auctioneer and the square dance caller, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question, Groucho.
How about it, kids? You nervous?
Slightly.
You're both professional talkers now. This is the time to talk up. All right, here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. Abraham Lincoln was our tallest president, standing 6'4" in his stocking feet. For $1,500, tell me, who was our shortest president? What's the answer you two have decided upon?
Ulysses Grant?
No, I'm sorry. It was James Madison, who was 5'4". So that means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $200 in the quiz. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week the big question will be worth $2,000.
Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a reminder. A dime seems like a lot of money to a small child, especially when that dime is part of the money you give the March of Dimes. And that child is a victim of infantile paralysis. Send all the dimes and dollars you can spare to your local March of Dimes headquarters. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is air. A-I-R.
Really? You bet your life.
The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Why doesn't that guy get lost? Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first to try and take it away from me?
A pair of newlyweds, Groucho, selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they are, Mr. and Mrs. Merton Bedford. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And if you say the secret word at any time we're talking, you win $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Is that clear?
Clear.
Well, you're quite welcome. Now, you're newlyweds, eh? Mrs. Rose Bedford. How newlywed are you?
Last Saturday.
Miss Bedford, you're the happy groom?
I am.
I don't want to seem nosy, Mr. Bedford, but approximately how old are you?
61.
61. Well, you don't look it. And would it be asking too much, Mrs. Bedford, if I inquired as to your age?
Oh, we're about the same age.
We are? I don't believe it. I'll call you Rose. You don't care. You're married now, and you're out of my clutches. Now, what sort of work do you do, Merton?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter? What kind of a carpenter? Huh?
Finish carpenter?
Well, I mean, you start too, don't you? Huh?
Oh, yes.
When you say a Finnish carpenter, I didn't mean where you came from, your nationality. I meant, what kind of a carpenter are you?
A good carpenter.
How long did you go with Merton here before he proposed, Rose?
About 2 weeks.
Is that true, Mike?
That is right.
Do you remember exactly what you said when you proposed?
I said I planned a trip to Alaska. Will you go with me?
And was she to regard that as a proposal? How many proposals did you have before you married Merton, Rose?
4 or 5.
Well, you did pretty well. Why didn't you marry one of the other boys?
Well, I had 3 from him.
Why didn't you grab him the first time he proposed?
I did, but he pretended he didn't hear me.
Now, how did you meet Merton?
At his first wedding. You see, his brother was my sweetheart. And we went to the wedding, and Everett and I took Merton and Laura in a 1910 Rambler up to Estes Park for their honeymoon. Oh, I've been on honeymoon twice. He was married in 1912. Then I married his brother in 1914.
What was there about Merton that attracted you most? Do you remember?
His name.
Merton?
No, Bedford. My name was Rosebell Bedford.
I see. And you just married him so you wouldn't have to change names?
Yes, that had something to do with it. And now I'd like to ask you a question, may I?
I've never had a Rambler, if that's what you're getting at. Okay,
well,
shoot. I'll answer anything within reason. Huh?
This is a problem that has been presented to my children by me marrying Merton. If their mother marries their uncle, then she becomes their aunt. And they become their own cousin. But he becomes their stepfather. So they are their own stepbrothers and sisters. Now, will eventually they become their own grandpa and grandma?
Do you want to go through that again, Rose? I think since he's a carpenter and they're all stepchildren, he can fix the steps, I think. Has anything embarrassing ever happened to you, Merton?
Yes. As a coach for the girls' basketball team.
I was a coach?
I was coach. We had a practice in the gymnasium. I was the only man present. I was standing in the center holding the ball for the jump up. Something out of my line of vision happened. And all the girls turned blushing away. I dursn't look back. By and by the girls came back, and later I found out one of the girls had lost her bloomers.
What was the score then, do you remember? That I have forgotten. See, I'm a sportsman at heart. That's the only thing. Well, you seem like a very happy couple, and I wish you a long and smooth voyage on the sea of matrimony. Now, just watch out for a tidal wave about 5 pounds 3 ounces. Now, in just a minute, you're going to have a chance to make $2,000 in real cash. I don't know what other kind.
Friends, you know, it really pays to do business with a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. For every one of these dealers from coast to coast has an assignment that means service to you. A dealer's creed, if you like. And is carried out by each and every person you'll meet at a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's, from the skilled mechanics in the shop to the folks in the showroom. That assignment is to deal with you fairly and squarely at all times, to give you the quickest possible service, and to charge you a reasonable amount, whether it be for a routine checkup or a difficult repair job. For the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers believe in one policy above all others, that the customer's wants come first. That's why you can count on friendly courtesy and genuine consideration whenever you visit an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth.
Now, let's see if a pair of newlyweds will get a chance at the $2,000. Send them and tell them the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected important cities of the world as your category. Is that right? All of these cities are over 500,000 in population. You have $20. How much are you going to risk? Now, Rose?
5.
In what country is the city of Lisbon?
Portugal.
Portugal is correct.
They're on their way, Groucho. They have $25.
Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the 25 are you going to try?
10.
All right. And what country is the city of Nagoya? Nagoya.
India.
Is that the answer you two agree upon?
No, I think it was in Spain.
No, I'm sorry. It's Japan. That's a tough one.
They now have $15.
How much of the 15 will you try?
2.5.
In what country is the city of Lyons? Lyons.
Switzerland.
Do you agree with that?
France.
Do you agree? Which which one do you want? Huh?
France.
France is correct, huh?
They're on their way again. They have $17.50.
I had a squeeze. $17.50, huh? Why, you can get a suit with 3 pair of pants for that. Here we go. It's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $17.50 you're going to try?
$10 again.
$10. In what country is the city of Zurich? Zurich.
Switzerland.
Yeah, you're right. It's Switzerland, huh?
And they wind up with $27.50.
Now, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, stick around. You can still be high for the night and get a crack at the $2,000.
Groucho, the secret word is still air. Perhaps the next couple will say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a married man and a girl who works in a supermarket. And here they are, Miss Helen Noyes and Mr. Bert Cox. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Miss Helen Noyes, is that right? Where are you from, Helen?
I'm from Ralph's grocery store in Burbank.
You were born in a supermarket? I thought supermarkets didn't make deliveries anymore. Are you married?
No.
You're the married man, huh? But,
yes.
Mr. Cox, where are you from?
Right across from Covington, Kentucky, I was born.
In Ohio, huh?
Raised in Kentucky.
Some people out there have been flooded by the Ohio River, and they want... How did you meet your wife, Mr. Cox?
Back in the sidewalks of New York, back there, Buffalo, New York, and I was coming out of the restaurant.
Wait a minute. You're on the sidewalks of New York, back in Buffalo, New York?
Well, I just happened there, and I was coming out of a restaurant, very, very cold, and it was the streets were all icy and the sidewalks icy, and as I came out, she come in, and and we both went flat, and she said, "Where you come from?" And I said, "I come from Kentucky. Where did you come from?" She said, "Oh, you did you? Wham!"
She didn't like Happy Chandler, I guess.
I come from Scotland. Well, I finally slid her over.
Scotland, Buffalo, the Ohio River, and Kentucky.
Well, it's kind of like...
You certainly touched all the bases, babe. Okay, anyhow, now you're in Buffalo, flat on the sidewalk, huh?
I finally got her on her feet, slid her over the telephone pole and lifted her up. And
what was that?
I slid over the telegraph pole and got a hold of it and grabbed her hand, and we got up.
Oh.
And then I said, well, let's go in and
then you had a Western Union, was that it? The telegraph pole?
Yeah,
Did you get married in the East?
I was only noticing her blue eyes, her dark hair, and her red lips, and I wasn't thinking of anything else.
I'll go along with you on that. Go on, you may fire when ready.
I took her a buggy ride.
You took her for a buggy ride?
The next day. She said she'd
what
go
became of the Rambler, huh?
Oh,
no, that was another couple. This is really the Department of Utter Confusion here.
Niagara Falls, we took a buggy ride.
You took a buggy ride over Niagara Falls?
Driving this horse, my hand got cold, and I kind of slid it up her sleeve a little bit to keep warm. She asked me to. And she said, it's torn in one finger, and I'll take it home mended. And just jokingly, I said, "Do you mend my gloves, and I'll buy yours?" And she took it seriously. She said, "Well, wouldn't that be romantic? We could get married right in Niagara Falls." And I said, "Well, I wasn't quite prepared. I haven't been saving much." She said, "You don't need any money to get married." I said, "Well, anyhow, I haven't got a ring and anything now." She looked in her hand was a ring, her mother's ring that she had with her.
Well, you said you came well equipped, this gal.
We'll go to Buffalo and then we'll come back.
You probably
tomorrow.
even provided the telegraph pole.
Then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll get married. She said, "I have my purse with me," and she paid the hotel bill and the preacher $5, and she's been taking care of me ever since like that. Nearly 50 years. Very happy.
Well, I think you ought to take a deep bow to the audience, and I think you ought to get a big round of applause. Anybody can start off a marriage, flop down the sidewalk, and then stay married 50 years. All the credit in the world, huh? Now, what do you do in a supermarket, Miss Noyes? I almost forgot about you, as charming as you look, huh?
I'm a checker.
You're a checker, huh? No wonder the boys in the firehouse like to play checkers, huh? Let's go to Buffalo and fall on the sidewalk, huh? I don't want to appear particularly stupid, Miss Noyes, but just what is a checker?
Well, I check the prices. I'm a cashier.
Oh, you're the cashier, huh? Now it begins to register. Huh?
No.
What do you do, huh?
Well, seriously, I check the prices, ring up the things on the register, and see that the things are properly bagged.
How do you mean you properly bag the groceries? Is there more than one way to bag the groceries? Huh?
Sure, you have to put all the canned goods on the bottom and the soft things on the top.
I don't know why you bother. When I get home, the soft things are always on the bottom anyway. Do you have to know all the prices, Miss Noyes?
No.
That's too bad. They live next door to me, and they're very nice people, the prices. Now tell me, would artichokes go in the top of the sack or the bottom?
On the top.
You're just checking the checker, that's all. Now, Mr. Cox, I don't mean to be ignoring you, but I can't think of anything better to do at the moment. You ever do any shopping for your family, Bert?
Not much.
You know the prices?
No.
Nobody seems to know the prices. Very nice couple. Although I must admit they stay pretty high most of the time. Well, you don't know the prices. How can you sure you're not being cheated, Bert?
I'm not.
Gullible fellow, isn't he? Huh? Miss Noyes, how can he be sure he's not being cheated? Huh?
He can always check his sales slip.
How do you know he wears one? Now, where would you put tomatoes, on the top or the bottom? Well, you're fired. I was speaking of canned tomatoes. Well, now that my shopping is all done and I haven't got a dime in my pocket, let's see if you two will get a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question. You run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the big money. I can't tell you how much our first couple won, but George Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Bedford, won $27.50.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous discoveries and inventions as your category. Now, you have $20. How much are you going to try at the $20?
$5.
Who discovered the law of gravity? Oh, I'm sorry. It was Sir Isaac Newton. Well, now you got $15. Remember, you're going for $2,000. That's the big money anyhow. Now, how much of the $15 are you going to try?
$5.
Who perfected the first electric telegraph?
Marconi.
No. That's an Italian dish. No, this was... this was Morse. Yeah, you only got $10. Now, how much of the $10 you going to try?
$2.
$2? Okay. Who discovered radio? You got it?
Oh, you got it talking, yes.
Oh, who is it?
Yes, no, I don't know.
You don't know? It's a good thing you only bet $2.
Isaac Newton, then.
Huh?
Madame Curie.
Madame Curie is right. Well, we're on the way again. Now they have $12. Now, it's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 12 will you try?
Shoot
the works. 12? 12 or 10?
That's all
12.
12.
Okay. Who advanced the theory of relativity?
Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
And they wind up with $24.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Well, our last couple will be out here in a moment, and then we know who gets the chance at the $2,000. George, who's ahead so far?
Well, the newlyweds are leading with $27.50. And Groucho, the secret word is still air. We invited some Brownie troop leaders and some public school officials to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Rosalie Jackman and Mr. David Bilovsky, and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life, kids. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he gets $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Mrs. Jackman?
Yes.
Very pretty girl, Mrs.
Thank
Jackman. You're the Brownie troop leader?
That's right.
What is a brownie? One of those chocolate nut fudge squares you buy?
No.
You get in the bakery, huh?
Brownie's a little girl. A little Girl Scout.
How long have you been married?
8.5 years.
I thought you were about 21 years old.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, it's nothing. Do you have any children?
Yes, I have two. Two girls.
You have two. I bet they're beautiful, too, aren't they?
Well, we think they're kind of cute.
Do they like brownies, too?
Yes, one's a brownie, and she loves it.
What does your husband do?
He's a tool inspector from Manasco. They make airplanes.
Well, you said something, and you win $100 for that, huh?
What'd I say?
Are you waving to your husband?
Yes.
You ought to be what a nerve you've got of me flirting with you here all doing this. You just said air, and that's the secret word tonight, so you win $100 in cash.
Oh, God.
Compliments of the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. Now let's get back to business, huh? Mr. Belovsky, you're from the public schools?
That's right, Groucho.
And how old are you?
30.
Well, you'd be in about the 7th grade in school now, would you? Well, judging from my experience. Just what do you do in school, huh?
Assistant supervisor of attendance in the city schools.
Oh, you supervise the attendance, huh? Why do the attendants need supervising?
I don't supervise the attendance. I supervise the attendance.
Well, why didn't you say so, huh? Would you be averse to amplifying that, Mr. Belovsky?
I'm the liaison man, say, between the school and the home.
Well, you can. I don't know what you mean. But...
I'm the one they send out when they try to find out why a child is not in school.
You're the contact between the home and the school, is that it?
That's right.
In other words, you drive a bus, is that it? You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were a truant officer.
We don't call it that anymore.
When I was a kid, we had other names for them, too. What's the difference between an old-style truant officer and an assistant supervisor of attendance? And don't say the spelling.
Well, it's a matter of approach. Today we try to find out why a child is not in school rather than just grabbing him by the seat of his
Steady
pants.
now, steady.
And dragging him into school.
Uh-huh. In other words, you try to find the reason they play hooky, is that right?
Right.
Well, I can tell you the reason. They hate school. You must have some interesting stories about your job, Mr. Bezlovsky. Could you give us one?
Well, I remember a time when I visited a home and asked for a mother of a boy.
I've done that, too.
Before I knew what was happening, I was helping in the delivery of a child. They had expected the doctor.
And you expected that kid to be in school? That's certainly grabbing him at a young age. And what happened?
The doctor arrived. So did the baby.
Now, how are your brownies, Mrs. Jackman? Are they done yet?
They're fine.
And while as a brownie troop leader, you get pretty good pay, I presume, huh?
No, I do it just for the fun of it.
Well, couldn't you have fun and get paid, too?
Well, it'd be nice.
What are your duties as a... I'll call you Rosalie, huh?
Sure, that's swell.
Your husband turned around the other way for a while.
We collect dues $0.05 a week. And I buy the handcraft materials and just all kinds of things.
How many girls do you supervise?
I have about 13 now.
18 girls at $0.05 a week. That's 90 cents. That's not hay, you know. Pretty near hay, but it's not hay. You teach the youngsters anything about scouting?
Oh, yes, we take them on cookout.
Mine is out on Thursdays. And with a hangover Friday, huh?
We take them out to a park or where they can have a barbecue or a fire. And
then what do you do? Then you call the roll? Huh?
Oh, yes, we always call the roll.
You cook the roll with the brownies? Or... Well, I'm sure it's a very worthwhile organization. There ought to be more organizations like that.
It certainly is.
I'd like to join, too. Now, let's get back to you, Mr. Belovsky. Pretend I'm a high school boy and I'm not in school. And you run into me in Sam's pool room. Now, that's your cue. Now, find out what's wrong, huh?
Hello, Groucho. What are you doing here?
How do you do, Mr. Belovsky?
How do you do, Groucho?
How do you do, Mr. Belovsky? If we keep saying that, you'll never find out what I'm doing in the pool.
It's only fifth period now. You should be in geometry class now.
I'll play the sixth ball on the side, huh? Now, what'll happen if I don't go back to school?
Well, if you don't go to school, Groucho, you'll be a shiftless ne'er-do-well, or maybe even worse.
That's me, Groucho Marx. Well, I must say it's been very educational having you two here tonight, and people like you who devote their lives to youngsters are doing an important job for the community. Now, you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game, you bet your life. If you beat our other two couples, you'll get a crack at the $2,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The newlyweds are still ahead with $27.50.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected Latin songs as your category. Is that correct? Now, here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you risk?
10.
What's the name of this Latin song? Play, Jerry.
Siboney.
Siboney. And they're on their way with $30. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the 30 are you going to try?
20.
Jerry Fielding will play. You identify this song. Brazil is right.
And now we have $50.
Listen, you're not spending all your time with those brownies. You wouldn't know that. Okay, you got 50. How much you going to try?
40, I guess.
Okay, give me the title of this song.
Amapola.
Amapola. Sarah Kleiman with $90 now. What a silly name, Amapola. Isn't that a silly name for a song? All right, you got $90. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
40.
What's the title of this Latin melody? Green Eyes.
And they wind up with a total of $130. And that means that they get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question. Do you know what makes it possible for a car owner to get really expert service at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers? Well, for one thing, the training their service mechanics get. Factory training. Not just when they first go to work for a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, but constant training to keep them up on the new service and maintenance methods that are constantly coming out of the factory. And it's important for all you car owners to get this expert service at a fair price. That's why it pays to go to a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, whether it's an emergency or a routine checkup. So, for the best from your car, drive in where you get the best service at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And here is the Brownie troop leader and the school official, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question, Groucho.
Well, that's a lot of money. You can buy a lot of brownies for that, huh? Here we go for $2,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully. And please, no help from the audience. Here it is. The last emperor to rule on the North American continent was driven from his throne in 1867. Who was this last emperor in North America? What's the answer you two have decided upon? What is it? No, I'm sorry. It's Emperor Maximilian. He was driven from his throne in Mexico by Benito Juarez. That was a tough one. I'm sorry. So that means the big question next week will be worth $2,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $130 in the quiz plus $100 for saying the secret word. Congratulations and thanks to both of you.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show. You'll bet your life. Presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week the big question will be worth $2,500.
Well, it's almost time for Bingo the Crosby, so good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Remember, you can't stop quick when streets are slick. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.